Hello everybody and welcome back to the Catch 2021 World Cup group stages. I'm JB Hyperion, joined this morning by Elux. How are you doing, my friend?
Doing good, and the marathon block of myself continues. Have 2 more blocks before I finally get a break.
Give this man some energy, but also give your energy to our 2 teams. First up on stream is going to be Philippines versus Malaysia. This match coming out of Group C, Philippines having already won 2 of their first 3 games, so this will be a third victory for them, and almost certainly top their group if they can take victory. Malaysia have only played the 1 game so far against Belgium, which they lost, so still looking to get their campaign off to a winning start. Can still qualify with 2 victories, but against the high seed and the top seed in their group, that's probably going to be quite difficult. You can see the teams on screen right now. Philippines in Team Red and Malaysia Team Blue.
Oh yeah, we've had a really interesting group stage so far. Series of rivalry matches, you can say. It's been a rivalry weekend. A lot of past rivalries and a lot of future ones being made this weekend. Been fun to watch so far. Hopefully get some exciting matches kick off today.
Yeah, hopefully so. I'm sure these great matches will continue. And to everyone saying hello in chat, welcome to you all. Hope you all enjoy the matches, and we're hopefully going to get some very more exciting and intense matches also. We have a block, I think, of 3 matches in consecutive hours coming up for you, then a small break, and then some more later this evening. Also going on at this time will be South Korea versus Taiwan and Russia versus Vietnam. So we'll be sure to give you updates on those matches as they come in. And if this match finishes quickly and one of those is still going on, we will of course switch over to one of those matches also.
That South Korea versus Taiwan match is going to be interesting. Taiwan's been doing pretty well for themselves so far in groups.
Well, they had a customary tiebreaker against Japan yesterday. It seems like Taiwan are one of those teams that always end up having to do a tiebreaker in groups. It's just a natural law of the world. But Japan also looked quite strong in that match against Taiwan. But here we are in the lobby. Philippines, 3 players. Malaysia, also 3 players. Philippine Capo Roido rolling an 11. Future Miko beating that out with a 48. So it will be Malaysia winning our roll, and they will get to pick first. Philippines will be banning. You can see our map pool on screen here. Noted that there are only 4 maps in the no mod pool for this year's World Cup group stages, down from originally 6. Still 3 picks in the hidden hard rock and double time categories, and of course 1 tiebreaker, which we've seen I think 3 times so far the group stage this year.
Ooh, and Philippines is going to ban no mod 4.
Yeah, so taking the specific no mod pick off the table, I think that's wise. Malaysia in Future Miku have a player that is just exceptionally good at a lot of these converted OS picks, has been playing for a very long time, holds many first place ranks, and team really is very good at rallying around that player. A lot of other old players that have been in the team for a long time, such as Marutatak and Hyper Neko-chan, that are also very good at older converted picks, so I think that's a wise choice to get rid of there. Malaysia, for their part, look like they're going to be getting rid of Hidden 1, Tiandi Kaipi, which is something we have seen banned a lot, the lower approach rate hidden pick.
Yeah, it just seems like a lot of these teams just do not like that lower approach rate.
Yeah, you can see Roido in the chat from Philippines there saying, I don't even know what Hidden 1 is, but it's always banned. But interestingly, Malaysia don't like Hidden as a... don't dislike Hidden all out, because they will be first picking Hidden 2. They just really don't want to play Hidden 1. So clearly they feel more comfortable on the faster approach rate Hidden. This is a 9.1. It's interesting to see how the difference between like the 9.1 and then I think 8.4 is the Hidden 1 pick, so that small approach rate difference obviously makes a significant impact on the players. But it's going to be Malaysia first picking on Gaku Resolve Hidden 2.
Oh yeah, and really unique circle size, 4.7 coming in this. Usually you see circle size 4, your occasional 4.5, but you rarely ever see a 4.7 coming in.
Yeah, I agree. A lot of rains and also obviously overdose difficulties do come in between like 4 and 4.5. You will occasionally see maps at like 4.8 and 5, but 4.7 is not really a circle size that we would see much of. It can be quite tricky in order to... like if you go into it thinking that it's circle size 5, then you'll probably be a bit more hesitant and focus on precision more than you should. Which is going to be a bit of a problem considering how dense this map is. But if you treat it like 4 or 4.5, then you are going to get caught out by some of these fruits, which are just a little bit smaller. You're going to be not quite... you're going to be dashing slightly too early and missing those slider ends, which is obviously going to break combo.
Looks like
we're getting underway.
Boonray, Roido, and Crowley leading the way for Philippines as Astra, Future Miku, and Muruta looking to kick it off with Malaysia.
Crowley with a very early drop there. Just, as I said, tried to dash away from that first segment a little too early. Astra Loki also following up slightly with a drop as well. Is going to give Philippines the early advantage.
And it looked like Muruta had an early miss within the first couple notes there.
Bunray had a miss about 50 combo ago as well, which will swing the lead back in Malaysia's favor. Yeah, Astroloki now back at 200 combo, so Malaysia will be getting maximum score per fruit here. It's going to be a little while before Bunray catches back up.
And Future Miku is going to drop. That's going to allow Philippines to start climb back into this matchup as we're approaching the halfway point.
I don't think that on its own is going to give Philippines the lead though, because Bunray has had several misses here. That's a double miss from Team Malaysia though. Marutatak and Future Miko both dropping. That is going to give Philippines the lead very rapidly, with 1/3 of the map still to play for. Roido's still holding on to a double S here.
The lone full combo in the match. approaching the final four.
Marutatak and Future Miku both now at 200 combo. The score difference is settled at about 30,000. But there's very little left in the map. We'd need multiple misses from Philippines here to overturn this, I feel. Marutatak is going to be the one that drops though, which is going to extend that score advantage even further in Philippines' favour. And this could be an immediate breakpoint for Philippines.
And with Astro Loki dropping, it is going to be a breakpoint as we head into the final spinner. It's going to be Philippines 1, Malaysia 0.
Yeah, so great play from Roido, as expected. Double S hasn't missed many fruits at all so far this tournament and is looking to continue in that fashion. Crowley with a miss right at the very beginning, but then performed excellently to not let that settle. Bunray, a little bit of a tough start towards the beginning, but otherwise recovered nicely. Malaysia did not play badly at all. Some great combos, especially there coming out of Astro Loki, but unfortunately, just a few too many misses, letting Philippines take that first break point.
Yeah, and with Roido looking strong and hidden, makes you wonder if Philippines is going to stick with that.
Well, there is one hidden pick still available, but it looks like they're going to be going to Double Time. Double Time 2, which is Shirayuki no Princess Wa.
Personally, my favorite Double Time map in the pool. Sekirei taught me how to make platters. Always makes amazing Double Time platters.
Doesn't always pick the best song, though, unfortunately.
Yeah. Don't let them catch you saying that about this one, though.
I mean, it's live now. I can't take it back. The world knows.
Looks
like Philippines will be looking to
Kielzu's
extend their advantage to 2-0 if they can win this. And as you said, Kielzu and Rusty coming in place of Roido and Crowley. Malaysia looking like they're going to be fielding an unchanged team here.
Malaysia's going to be looking to answering back with a breakpoint of their own. Perhaps we could see a match of trading breakpoints.
To answer a question from chat, did Philippines pick this because Malaysia is weak at double time or because VTubers? I wouldn't say Malaysia is particularly weak at double time, but Philippines are exceptionally strong at double time. So I think there is some strategy involved and they're not just picking it because VTuber, haha. So whilst we're waiting for the players to load into this one, just a quick recap on some of our other games going on. In Russia versus Vietnam, Vietnam have lost their first pick in the immediate breakpoint against Russia on Hidden 2. So that's 1-0 to Russia. South Korea have also beaten Taiwan on their first pick, Hard Rock 1, so they're also at 1-0. So currently teams leading, Russia against Vietnam 1-0, Philippines versus Malaysia, which is this match, 1-0, and obviously South Korea versus Taiwan.
Ooh, and so far all three matches have been breakpoints so far.
That is an interesting observation, you are correct. There was a game last night between Sweden and Argentina where both teams won their first pick, and then I think there were 6 breakpoints in a row. So it got to kind of like 4-3, with like every team, like teams always losing their own pick and winning on their opponent's pick until the very final game, which was I think 5-3 in Sweden's favour.
Ooh, and Hyper Neko-chan and Pichu is coming in for Malaysia as we are waiting for all players to get that no-fail mod set up.
I'm not sure if there was an issue with either Astro Loki or Marutatak's stream, because there was some mention of a player having to restart the game. So I'm not sure whether this is a tactical switch or whether they just had to put a player in to account for not running out of time. But as you said, it is a 2 roster switch from both sides in the end. Future Miku going to be opting for Hidden. Just a visual mod, doesn't give or reduce score in any way when put onto double time and hard rock. Everyone else just going to be opting to stick to double time only.
Ooh, and Pichu struggling to get comfortable there in the beginning as we see a triple miss from Malaysia with Philippines hitting that 200 combo mark, and that score is going to start growing fast in their favor.
Yeah, that triple miss was very unfortunate. Philippines perfectly placed, just about to hit all 200 combos to get that maximum score per fruit. They're really cranking up the score difference now, almost 100,000. It's going to increase further as Pichu now drops again multiple times. Just not really accounting for the increased speed of the platter, and is just kind of stopping a little bit shy, over dashing in places. Meanwhile, the triple FC continues on the side of Philippines as we get to the 1/3 mark. Bunrei holding on to that double S. Rusty and Kielzu both with one droplet miss apiece. Hyperneko-chan and Pichu going to drop multiple times once again.
Aside from that early miss by aside from that early miss by Future Miku, they end up dropping as well, as Philippines is still holding that triple full combo.
Yeah, coming to the halfway mark now, 700 combo coming up for all players on the side of Philippines as Hyperneko-chan drops once more. The score difference is really cranking it now. Kielzu will be the first to miss in Philippines, but it is traded again by Pichu. Still 2 full combos on the side of Philippines.
About the final third of the map to go, and it is going to take a complete meltdown at this point by Philippines if Malaysia wants to get back into this pick.
Yeah, Hyperneko-chan just dashing away from one of those vertical slider streams, just a little bit too fast and missing. Pichu building that accuracy back up, but is really not having the best of times here. Future Miku with just a singular miss, but compared to the remaining 2 FCs at 1,000 combo now from Rusty and Bunrei on the side of Philippines. As I said, Malaysia not a particularly weak double time team, but Philippines always got to be accounted for when you think about great double time and speed players.
And as soon as Hyperneko gets back up that 200 combo, they end up dropping it. And Philippines is going to end up taking this point with a huge score margin difference.
Bunrei is going to lose the double S right at the very end, just a small droplet making its way past the plate there, but I think that is still going to be a double FC if Rusty and Bunrei can hold this towards the end, and they do. So yeah, that is a fairly massive score difference at the end, about 400,000. Pichu recovered really nicely towards the end with that 530 combo, but unfortunately just struggled throughout the early stages. Very impressive performance by Philippines.
Man, Malaysia is going to have to figure out something quick if they want to answer back, otherwise this match is going to be slowly drifting out of their control.
Yeah, so Malaysia first picked Hidden and didn't quite go brilliantly. Don't know whether they feel the same about the remaining Hidden pick, Hidden 3, or whether they opt to go for something else at this point. But double time, they definitely need to stay away from. Philippines have 2 more picks in that double time bracket, and they looked very, very strong.
Yeah, if I was Malaysia, I would be going for a no-mod pick here. Do something safer, try and get a point on the board. See our wonderful referee just reminding all players, even if they are confident that they will not fail, anything can happen, and highly suggesting that all players take that no-fail moderator.
Yeah, I don't suppose any players will fail purely because of difficulty at this stage, but lag spikes and disconnects and things can happen, so it doesn't really cost anything to put no-fail on. So, yeah, best not to take the risk.
Yeah, I fully agree with that. Malaysia's taking a little bit of time with this pick, and I do not blame them. currently facing 2-0. Ooh, they're gonna go with Hard Rock too. Rampage.
So we thought no mod might be a safe option, but they are gonna go with the Hard Rock.
Haven't had any luck with hidden or double time. Maybe Hard Rock is going to be Philippines Kryptonite as we see Kakamine Rin coming in for Philippines.
As far as Hard Rock picks in this group stage bracket go, I would say this is one of the more kind of standard Hard Rock converts. Like the original map is not hugely complicated. It's quite dense and fast, but there's no like hugely annoying snaps or really odd patterns, and there aren't the converted difficulty, odd spacings and kind of randomness that you would maybe see from those. So if they're going to go for Hard Rock, I think this is probably the safest of the three Hard Rock options.
A lot safer than that Hard Rock 1 pick. There's really difficult jumps in that one.
You can see Future Miko that are saying, is it really necessary to put no fail? Well, I imagine if you have over 2,000 first place scores, many of which are with Hard Rock, then you probably aren't going to fail a platter with Hard Rock. But yes, it is required to use no fail on all maps for this tournament.
Ooh, Kakamine Rin, Kyosu, and Future Miku opting choose hidden with Hard Rock. The other three just choosing that base Hard Rock no fail modifier.
Just waiting to sync up all players, and there we go, underway once again.
And can Malaysia find Philippines Kryptonite here? 100 combo in and all players looking good, but Kakamine Rin is going to be the first to drop.
Yeah, we saw a very small accuracy drop from Hyperneka-chan and Pichu, which gave Philippines an early lead, a very small one. But that combo break is going to be much more significant. Pichu's going to drop closer to 200 combo now, so Philippines will take the score back as everyone catches up.
And Pichu's going to drop again, and Philippines are going to start getting into the driver's seat with this map.
Slow sections like these where there's a large gap between notes and the high approach rate makes it very difficult to react. You need to kind of memorize where each note's going to fall. Much harder than you might otherwise think, and certainly much harder than they are on the standard difficulty without any modifications.
Pichu building combo back up, getting closer and closer to that 200, but they drop, and that bleeding is going to continue for Malaysia as Philippines is racking up the score with Future Miku dropping.
Yeah, a little bit of uncharacteristic miss from Future Miku as Pichu drops again. Hyperneka-chan still holding on to that really impressive combo, but aside from that early miss from Kagamine Rin, there is really no faulting Philippines right now. Bunrei still holding on to a double S, Kyozu with I think a singular droplet miss.
Pichu missing again as we're approaching the end of this map, and
that's quite a lot of misses from Pichu actually. They've really decreased that accuracy down to 97% now. Hyperneka-chan finally going to break that fairly impressive full combo towards the end, and Philippines have run away with this one in the end.
And it is going to be 3-0 in favor of Philippines with their pick coming up. See that double S coming in from Bunrei. Backed up by the teammate Kyosu with the full combo. Kagamine Rin with that 1 miss, but Pichu with that 16 miss. Just struggling there at the end.
Yeah, I mean, it's nervous being an unseeded team going against a high or a top-seeded team, knowing that you've already had one break point. Your second pick is also not going well. Like, Malaysia could have played really, really, really well on that, but when the whole opponent team only drops one fruit, there's really no way you can win unless you just get 3-4 combos.
Boonray, Philippines going with double time 1 as you like it. They had a huge victory with their first double time pick. Looking to make it a second one as Crowley's coming in.
Yeah, very sensible from Philippines, considering how big the score difference was on double time. They're targeting that perceived weakness of Malaysia's.
Looks like we're going to see Boonray, Crowley, and Rusty for Philippines, Astro Loki, Future Miku, and Pichu for Malaysia. Malaysia, they're gonna need to figure out something. They're about to be facing match point if they don't get together.
Yeah, interesting that Crowley and Rusty have come in for this one. Not that they're bad double time players, but I would certainly have expected to see Roidu and Kielzu in front of them. Maybe they just feel that it's good to give everyone a little bit of rest, everyone to get their due and get some practice on things for later on.
See a quick last-second substitution as Green Ghost comes in from Malaysia. Their first time appearing in this match.
Yeah, so a victory here on their pick for Philippines will put them at match point. Malaysia still looking for their first point in the match.
Man, I'm still not used to seeing that low of approach rate for a double time map, 7.5.
Yeah, very kind of standard entrance level double time for most people will be platters at AR8, which takes us to just under 9.7. 7.5, a little bit more comfortable for people that have not really read any double time before, 9.3.
The approach rate may be a bit more comfortable, but this map sure isn't with its patterns. A lot of places where players can find themselves missing.
Everyone navigating past 100 combo with no difficulties. We'll see if they can all make it to 200 as well. But Pichu, it is going to be the first to drop at that 150 combo mark, giving Philippines the advantage.
Not the end of the world as it was before that 200 combo, but that is going to hurt significantly more as the score is going to start increasing even more for Philippines.
Yeah, it's important to note as Future Miku drops once again that the scoring system scales, I think, logarithmically up to 200. So the longer you spend at low combo, the more score you're actually losing. Green Ghost's going to miss as well. Crowley's going to see the first drop on the side of Philippines, but Pichu just gets 200 combo and then immediately drops again. So nobody on Team Malaysia holding a significant combo at this point, and they can see the score difference is already over 100,000 points. Rusty's going to drop at the beginning of that section. Bunray still holding on to the double S as we approach the halfway mark. Crowley going to drop once again.
Future Miku and Green Ghost getting up to a 200 combo. Future Miku's going to drop. Same with Crowley, Pichu, and Green Ghost. Boonray, the lone full combo in the match, and a double S at that.
Yes, so there are some mistakes coming out of Philippines, but there are just significantly more coming out of Team Malaysia. We see that triple team drop right there. Green Ghost and Pichu missing once again. And Bunray just doesn't look like anything is falling off the side of that plate. Still holding on to a double S at 700 combo now. Rusty going to drop as well, but is backed up. Traded by Pichu.
Another drop by Future Miku, and Philippines, they won that first double time pick, and it looks like they're about to win this next one. Approaching the end of the map as Pichu finds another miss, and Boonray still holding strong with that double S.
Still got this last guitar solo to nail. The Philippines are certainly the victors here, but we're all watching onto Bunray's screen to see if we can get that double S, and it is secured.
Philippines 4-0. Match point, Malaysia. You would think that they would go no mod here as they've tried every other mod pool and nothing's been working out for them so far.
In our other ongoing games, South Korea have marched to match point also. They are currently leading Taiwan 4-0. Russia have lost 1 point to Vietnam, but they're leading 3-1. Pretty much all of our matches that have just been ongoing have all been playing double time. We've had 2 DT1s and 1 DT3.
Malaysia is on the clock to pick. Do not blame them if they take a little extra time with this one. They are facing match point after all.
Yeah, it's going to be very hard for them to come back into here knowing that they've lost Hidden, they've lost Hard Rock, they've lost Double Time. Like, in theory, as you said, Hit No Mod should be their kind of go-to selection, but it's not like Philippines are weak at No Mod either.
Mm-hmm.
The unfortunate thing for Malaysia is that none of their games have really been super close where they could think, if we did that same map or if we did another map very similar to it, then the score could have been different. And they are finally going to take your advice and go for No Mod 1, Elux.
And No Mod 1, usually the safer of the No Mod picks as seen in previous tournaments. Approach rate 9.1, a little bit faster for your rain, not too much as you typically see an approach rate of 9 for your rains. And it looks like Kagamine, Rin, Boonray, and Rusty looking to close this out for Philippines. Uritata attack, Future Miku, and Pichu trying to get a point on the board for their team. Hoping to answer back with this No Mod 1 pick. It is a bit longer map, coming in at 3 minutes 50 seconds, so a couple misses in the beginning will not mean the end of the world for either team. It is a jog, not a sprint. Ooh, and in our other matches going on, Vietnam won their Hidden 3 pick. It was a close match by 17,000. Russia currently winning 3-2 in that series.
Yeah, they'll have next pick though, so that could put them to match point. But if they get broken there, that's 3-all with Vietnam to picks next. So we can hopefully go over to that game once we are done with this one, because that's cooking up to be a very interesting match.
Possible tiebreaker hype in the making.
And now that you've hyped it up, it's not going to happen. Just gotta be quiet and let it happen. Let's uncurse it. There will be absolutely no chance of a tiebreaker whatsoever. There we go.
None whatsoever.
But here we go, getting underway with game number 5, potentially the final pick from Malaysia here. Philippines on match point, looking for one more victory to have a clean sweep of 3 victories from 3 matches from this 2021 Catch World Cup group stage. Malaysia really need to get some points on the board and start a recovery.
After that first spinner, Philippines with a small score lead. Coming out of the second spinner, that score lead is going to still be in the favor of Philippines as we're approaching the 200 combo mark. All players holding strong so far.
Yeah, as you said, this one's one of the longer picks in the pool at almost 4 minutes. So singular misses aren't going to have too much of an impact, but the longer this goes on without any player missing, the more that pressure is building. Only 3,000 point difference between the teams, which is, as you said, due to those 2 early spinners.
400 combo in, all players still holding strong. Triple double S on the side of Philippines right now. Future Miku, the only one with the double S on Philippines. Malaysia.
Yeah, Maruta attack with 1 droplet miss and Pichu with, I think, 2. Not making too much of a difference. This is all going to come down to who blinks first and secures that first drop.
Yeah, as we see that combo racking up higher and higher, the higher that goes, the more the nerves are going to come into play. Approaching 800 now, all players still holding strong, and Pichu is going to be the first to drop for Malaysia.
Yeah, really unfortunate. Just dashed away from that repeat slider. Repeat just a tiny bit too early, unfortunately. Everyone else hitting 900 combo. Still going strong, coming up to that 1000 if they just passed the halfway mark. Pichu can rebuild combo fairly quickly because this is a fairly dense map, but it's going to extend the score difference a bit, and we will need to see at least 1 miss from Philippines to allow Malaysia back in here.
Four-digit combos on the board. Nerves of steel by Philippines. Boonray still holding on to that double S.
Yeah, Kagamine Rin with just a single droplet miss as Pichu misses once again, not where Malaysia needed the miss to come from. Rusty is going to find a drop though. There is a potential for Malaysia to come back into this one.
But Future Miku is going to drop right before that break, and Philippines can see it.
Yeah, they know that Maruta attack is the only one still holding on to a double, to that FC, with 2 players, Kagamine Rin and Bunray, holding on to the FC on the side of Philippines. Bunray still with that double S. 1/4 of the song, about 40 seconds still to go. Pichu has built back up to 200 combo nicely. Future Miku does the same. Rusty also. Maruta attack is finally going to lose that FC, so no full combos remaining on the side of Team Malaysia now. Philippines free again to run away with this one, I feel.
Oh yeah, that drop by Future Miku all but seals the deal in this matchup, as it, barring any disconnects, appears that Philippines is gonna take this match 5-0. And Boonray is going to add another double S to their already impressive collection so far this match, as Philippines wins 5-0, sweeping their group stages 3-0.
Yeah, well played to Team Philippines. Just too strong for Malaysia this time around. To give you a little update on South Korea versus Taiwan, South Korea have also secured a 5-0 victory, but 3 of those 5 matches, I think the score difference was under 100,000 points, and on 1 it was under 10,000 points. So Taiwan feeling a little bit unlucky to not take at least 1 point off the current back-to-back world champion holders, South Korea. We also have Russia versus Vietnam, which is ongoing, currently still 3-2. They're currently playing their 6th game, and we'll look to switch over to that match as we can do so.
Man, if you're Philippines, you've got to be overjoyed right now. Not only beating out Malaysia and Belgium, but beating out Italy.
Yeah, they made Italy look kind of very average yesterday. Italy did bounce back and put on a very strong performance against Belgium, but they looked a bit out of sorts against Philippines. And they're going to be taking the top spot in that group for certain, which is very, very helpful because they're going to be playing against the 2nd place team in Group F. And the winner of that group is almost certainly going to be China. So the winner of Group C manages to avoid China for as long as possible. So either Italy or Belgium is probably going to have to go up against China, and that's going to be a very tough ask.
Yeah, and against a powerhouse like China, really, unless you're South Korea, and even them, like, nobody wants to go against a team that strong. And then
looks like Russia have actually suffered a break point on No Mod 3 to Vietnam, so that is now 3-all. Very interesting match cooking up, and we're going to go straight over to that now. So this is just before the start of Game 7. Looks like Fragile is going to be our next pick.
Yeah, looking like a very exciting match underway right now, and I'm glad we were able to jump in on this as we see Nelly, Memorelia, and Kitsune for Russia, Roy Time Clock, Hirokita, and Stardust for Vietnam. Are we going to see another breakpoint, or is Vietnam going to capture this and make it match point?
So a little update, so Russia were currently sitting at 3-1. They had a fairly comfortable lead at one point. They won a break point on the very first pick. They secured their own point to go 2-0. Vietnam managed to win a pick to take it to 2-1, and then Russia extended out to 3-1. But the last 2 points have both been victories for Taiwan. For Vietnam. 1 pick secured, 1 break point. Currently sitting at 3-all now. We're about to be getting underway with game number 7, Fragile, No Mod 2.
And there is the start command by our referee at Deef. Russia, Vietnam. Get your predictions in the chat. Who's gonna win? What's gonna happen? Gotta root for your favorites.
So here we go, underway, game number 7. Lots of Wiggles. Horikita is going to be the first player to be caught out by said Wiggles, just over dashing ever so slightly at around 100 combo. Memoriola and Kitsune Ivy going to drop though, which gives the advantage straight back to Vietnam. An unfortunate double miss for Russia there. Nelly, the only player on Russia managing to make it to that 200 combo versus Hoi Time Clock and Stardust Prism on the side of Vietnam, but Horikita is going to drop once again. Memorial and Kitsune Ivy back up at 200 combo. Very small score difference right now, and it's going to get ever so slightly bigger with that Horikita miss. Coming into the Ki, only sitting at about 20,000 points right now. All players managing these back to forth dashes and these extended sliders, these little snaps quite nicely. Only about 1/4 of the map still to play. Horikita back up at 200 combo, score difference still at about 15,000.
Yeah, and a single miss by Russia will allow Vietnam to get back into this at the last second, but as of right now, it does not appear that will happen.
Ooh, well, it was a double miss at the very end, but it was on the wrong side. Vietnam, Hoi Time Clock, and Horikita both dropping at the very end. Wouldn't have made a difference either way. We have 1 double S apiece from Nelly and Stardust Prism. But that is going to be another breakpoint. Russia taking themselves 2 match point on their own pick. Will we see them secure the victory, or is there going to be another breakpoint that takes us to tiebreaker?
Now, Russia in full control of where this match goes. They're going to have to sit down and decide what's their best pick.
And they are going to take that tactical timeout in order to make sure that that best selection is made.
Oh yeah, Vietnam. They're a strong team, so they cannot rush into this pick.
Yeah, Vietnam have unfortunately lost both of their previous 2 games. They lost that tiebreaker versus Singapore. And they lost 5-0 to Poland, who are looking like a very strong team, very deserving top seed in that Group H. But it's very interesting that Nelly, the Russian captain, almost immediately called for the timeout as soon as it became Russia's pick. So they feel that they're going to need easily more than the 2 minutes that are offered to them to make this next selection. If we can get a look at the remaining maps available, we can maybe... Oh, but they've gone straight for double time too. They maybe didn't need that timeout after all. Just as I said, we were going to need to look at the maps and what was available in the timeout, but they managed to get that pick in time. So Shiroyuki no Princess Wa is going to be making another appearance. Russia looking to secure a victory. Vietnam looking to force a tiebreaker. And interestingly, Vietnam have already played one tiebreaker this weekend. As I said, they played a tiebreaker against Singapore yesterday. This could be their second.
Oh yeah, and just waiting for that third player to come in for side of Vietnam.
So if you want to see a Vietnam victory, or you just want to see a tiebreaker, then get your support for Vietnam going in the chat. But if you want Russia to clutch this one out and keep their hopes alive, you need to be cheering them also. It'll be very interesting to see if Russia do win this point. Poland are almost certainly going to win against Singapore, I would have thought. So there could be a real battle between Poland and Russia for the top spot in that Group H at the end of today. That's going to be a very interesting one to see.
Oh yeah, though Russia, Vietnam, this point can go either way.
Yeah, Stardust Prism saying that we weren't expecting to get 3 points off of Russia, but they can't give up. They have to feel like they can still win this.
Oh yeah, as he said, they already got 3 points. They can easily pull up another point in their favor.
So Vietnam's third player, Kak, is going to be dropping in. Insomnia appearing on the side of Russia. Looking like we're going to be getting readied up very soon, hopefully.
And the Geos are starting to enter the chat.
Looking like the bot is taking a little to respond. We're really trying to get those settings locked in. There we go, the start command has been issued by our ref Dave. And we're going to be going for game number 8.
Nelly, Memoriola, and Insomnia looking to close this one out. Kak, Hirokita, and Stardust wanting to force a tiebreaker, needing to stay alive in this as Hirokita, the only one with that hidden modifier.
Yeah, everyone else opting to forego hidden. Just stick with regular double time.
All players getting up to 100 combo quite easily. So we're approaching the 200 combo mark. All looking strong so far. But Hirogita is going to be the first to drop for Vietnam, and that is huge for Russia as the points are going to start growing in their favor.
Yeah, 3 minutes in length, so a singular miss early on, not too much of a problem, but that is a second miss from Hirokita before getting back up to 200 combo and more. The miss is starting to come thicker and faster now. This is really hampering Vietnam's ability to build score and keep pace with Russia, who currently hold 3 full combos still.
Hirokita starting to approach that 200 combo mark, hopefully finding their groove as we're approaching this halfway point. Russia still with the triple full combo going on. Mamarila just now losing that double S.
Stardust Prism going to lose their full combo on the side of Vietnam. CAC also doing the same, so no full combos remaining on the side of Vietnam. That score difference, you can see the red bar creeping further and further to the left as the score difference builds.
Oh yeah, and Vietnam is going to need to see a triple miss by Russia if they even want to try to get back into this map.
Yeah, there is still 1/3 of the map still to play, but coming into a slightly calmer section now. And Russia, to this point, and to their credit, have not even remotely looked like they're going to drop a fruit so far. Very good performance from them when it counts.
4-digit combos on the board for Russia, and looking as strong as ever. Nerves of steel by them, as it does not look like any of them are going to falter anytime soon, as Hirokita finds another drop.
Yeah, that score difference heading up towards 150,000 now. Even a miss from all three players. Memorial are going to be the first to drop, but even misses from Insomnia and Nelly now would not be enough to overturn the score. There's just not enough time left in the map, and this is going to be a Russian victory, 5-3. They avoid the tiebreaker. So really good performance from the Russian Federation there. Vietnam, for their credit, did play very well, but just came up against too strong of an opponent right there. Lots of break points, but Russia held their nerve slightly longer and put in that victory where it counted. Russia 5, Vietnam 3. And as I said, that sets up the victor of Group H competition between Poland and Russia very, very nicely. Looking forward to that one later today.
Oh yeah, and if you're Vietnam, even though you lost, you can't be too disappointed on how this group stage went. I mean, you forced a tiebreaker. You were on the verge of forcing another one. The matches could have gone either way.
Yeah, on the contrary, though, it can be really painful to come so close multiple times and just not quite get over the line. So I'm not quite sure how they'll be feeling either way. But it is a good performance from both perspectives.
And there are your victors. Russia. They're going to be looking to capitalize on this victory and go strong throughout the rest of the tournament.
So coming up for you in our next block of matches, we have another 3. We have Indonesia and Thailand going to be squaring off. That one is from Group A. We also will have Italy versus Malaysia. So Malaysia are going to be playing once again, looking to finally try and secure some points from their World Cup endeavours. And South Korea versus the United Kingdom. That one's going to be in Group G. I believe the match we're going to be streaming is Thailand versus Indonesia. I'll try and get a confirmation on that for you in just a second. Super. So there you go, you can see all of our upcoming matches that are coming along in just the next few minutes. A little later today we're going to have Hong Kong versus Denmark and Japan versus the UK, and then another block of matches later on this afternoon before a small break, and then more in the evening. And you can see on the left a recap of previous matches that have been going on that we have or maybe have not covered. So if you want to find out how your team's doing on, please check there, and also check the stat sheet for updates on all of the matches. You can see all of the MP links and how every team has been performing, how all the groups are looking, how all the players have been performing, and everything you could ever need, because our statisticians are just that wonderful. I think we are going to go to a very short break. We'll be back in about 7 minutes, so please feel free to grab a drink, grab something to eat, and be back with us very shortly. Feel free to follow us on Twitch and, of course, Twitter as well to get updates on when the stream is live and when matches are going to be participating. And to everyone who's been supporting us, either in chat or through subscriptions and bits, etc., thank you very much to your support for helping make the World Cups the beautiful, masterful performances that they are. We'll see you all very soon.
Hello, and welcome back to Sketch World Cup 2021. I'm Elux, and joined with me is JP Hyperion.
Hello again, we're back. It's been 5 minutes, but hopefully you haven't missed us.
Pretty interesting matchup coming here. Indonesia, Thailand. Indonesia is currently 0-1 in their groups. They lost to Hong Kong 5-1, and Thailand is 1-1. They lost to Hong Kong as well 5-0, but they beat Denmark 5-3. So Hong Kong looking like they're going to be taking that group, but the question is, who's going to be that second place?
Yeah, so it's very interesting to see Indonesia kind of humbled almost by Hong Kong. They've been a top seed many times. They finished second in 2016, but Hong Kong look a class above in this group this year. Thailand have the advantage of already having secured a win, so a second victory here almost guarantees them a spot as the second place team in Group A. Indonesia are the highest seeded team, and although they came undone against Hong Kong, they are still a very strong team, very experienced in tournaments. Thailand, I believe, were not in the World Cup in 2020, so this is a return to the World Cup for them, having missed out. And we can see from the rolls that it is going to be Thailand, I believe, winning the roll.
Ooh, and they're going to ban Nomad 1.
Yeah, taking the most comfortable pick off the board right from the get-go, that Nomad 1. Indonesia may be feeling that they scale better, and if they just pick the hardest maps available in the pool, then they will outperform Thailand. Thailand, for their pick, their ban is going to be removing Hidden 1. Very wise. Indonesia, very strong hidden team historically. Thailand taking a little bit of time to decide what their first pick is going to be. Will they settle for a no-mod comfort pick to begin, or will they opt for going something from a mod bracket? I gotta imagine that Indonesia's first two picks are almost certainly going to be from that hidden pool. Thailand, not quite sure what their first option is going to be.
And as you said before, even though both teams had somewhat considerable losses against Hong Kong, both teams still really good in their own rights. As you said, Indonesia, they're really strong competitors. We've seen them advance pretty well in previous tournaments, so Thailand's really going to have to think about how they want to start this out. And ooh.
Wow, okay, I was not expecting this. Thailand taking Hidden 2. This is bold, I like it. They must be feeling very comfortable on this, knowing that they're picking into one of Indonesia's probably strongest mod brackets.
Yeah, that more unconventional.
I mean, Thailand, of course, not bad hidden players by any means, but yeah, Indonesia masters of the hidden mod. Interesting to see how this one goes. And
we've seen it, our previous matchup with that circle size of 4.7, approach rate 9.1. Not the most typical rain that you'll see. No, I'm still curious. I'm really curious to see how this pick is going to play out in Thailand's favor.
Well, we're going to find out in about 2 minutes, I suppose, from when the match gets underway. When the pick obviously ends. But it is going to be Dika, Netamaru, and Madoka Ayukawa performing for Indonesia. Eito, Azuria, and Aina are going to be the representatives of Team Thailand. Well, it looks like Netamaru has actually dropped out. Not sure if that's a roster switch or if they're just changing position in the group. Oh, it's going to be Soliloquy coming in. So Madoka Ayakawa is a Toka who has performed in previous World Cups. Soliloquy, I believe, is new to CWC. I might be wrong and might have missed out a previous year's performance. Thailand, as I said, didn't participate in 2020. This is their return to the Catch World Cup for the first time since 2019. A very new team for Thailand. Not a lot of players that we've seen in previous World Cups.
Ooh, and there's going to be an early miss on side of Thailand, and Aina finding a few misses there in the beginning. Before that 200 combo mark, as Madoka is going to drop as well.
Yeah, a couple more misses from Aina there. Yeah, that is going to hurt the score of Thailand. They had a chance to kind of catch up there, but more misses from Aina coming out there. Just not quite able to deal with this smaller fruit size.
Don't know whether it's the unconventional map settings or if it's just nerves, but really struggling to find a groove there. As we see Madoka, just now missing as they reach that 200 combo mark. So Thailand not out of it yet, but they're going to need Aina to get into the swing of things if they want to stay in this pick.
Yeah, unfortunately that drop from Madoka was traded almost exactly the same time by Aina. So the score difference is going to stay pretty much the same. About to hit about 120,000 right now. Dika and Soliloquy both holding on to FCs. Eito and Azuria doing the same thing for Thailand. It really is Madoka versus Aina at this point. And Aina's going to drop again almost the exact instant they hit 200 combo. Really unfortunate for them.
And with another couple drops by Aina, that is going to seal the deal for this pick in favor of Indonesia. They're going to make it a 1-0 match.
Eito dropping right at the end there for Thailand, but it was already decided. As we suggested, very, very impressive performance for Team Indonesia. Not quite sure what Thailand were planning to do, picking Hidden into Indonesia, but it will be a break point. Indonesia taking a 1-0 lead, and they will be picking next.
And we have an update on another match currently underway. South Korea versus the United Kingdom. UK lost their Nomad 2 pick by a considerable margin, 450,000. It's going to be South Korea 1, UK 0.
And there's no surprise, Indonesia will be going for Hidden, and since Hidden 3 is the only Hidden pick left available to them, they have no choice but to go for it. So Kagare Naki is going to be our second pick, Indonesia's first. We're going to be exhausting Hidden right from the get-go. No Hidden picks available after this one because Tian DKP was banned. So this is a much more sensible and expected pick, Indonesia picking Hidden into their opponents, considering that they had that previous victory. No surprise there.
Oh yeah, though it's a comfort, a bit more comfortable map settings. We see that circle size 3.8, a lot bigger note size as compared to our last Hidden map.
This one is a converted Osu difficulty though, so it will feel very different from the specifics that we've just seen.
And we have another update on other matches underway. Italy winning their double time pick by low over 500,000. They're currently beating Malaysia 1-0.
Ref Dave getting things underway with the countdown beginning. The good luck's coming out. Indonesia, if they can win this point, take themselves to a 2-0 lead. But that will be their favoured mod all gone. So maybe Thailand are just trying to get all the Hidden out of the way as fast as possible so that they can focus on mods where they feel they have a chance. This could be a very interesting strategy from them to have picked their weakest things at the beginning and then try and come back in impressive fashion, but we'll have to wait and see.
Ooh, and we're going to see an early miss on the side of Indonesia. Madoka finding that early miss. It was before a 200 combo, so not huge, but Aina is going to drop, and that is huge, but Dika is going to drop as well. Same with Asura.
Yeah, Aina dropped as well. Azuria down, Dika down once more. The team's pretty close, but Madoka is hitting that 200 combo mark along with Netamaru and Eito. So Thailand will be increasing the deficit, unfortunately, to Indonesia. Azuria going to be hitting 200 combo now. Dika and Aina going to be following closely behind. Score difference at about 25,000.
Approaching the halfway point.
Yeah, a miss from an Indonesian player here could swing things back, but it's going to be Azuria and Aina with the double miss for Thailand, increasing that score gap even further.
And Aina finding a couple more misses there, but Netamaru trading them, but it's as you said, this Indonesia team, Madoka is going to drop. But
yeah, Eito had another drop there on Team Thailand as well, so even with Netamaru dropping once again, it's really unfortunate because each time Indonesia do drop, Thailand are not in a position to capitalize. Only Azuria with that 200 combo. Aina's going to make it back up there now, which is going to shrink the score difference slightly, but only 1/3 of the map, about 40 seconds still to play for.
Oh yeah. And with Indonesia being as good as they are with Hidden, you don't get much opportunities to capitalize on that. And unfortunately for Thailand, with Aina finding another miss, they're just not getting any opportunities to capitalize on any of the Indonesian misses as Azuria finds another one.
Yeah, Aina also dropping there as well. Even when Indonesia don't play at their absolute best on Hidden, they're still really consistent. You're not going to be able to beat them on Hidden unless you're securing multiple full combos, and unfortunately that just isn't the case for Team Thailand here. In the end, a fairly convincing victory of about 230,000 points. So that is going to be a second point for the Indonesians. Thailand still looking to get their first point on the board, and it will be them to pick next.
And I don't know if it's just the Hidden not being favorable mod or just nerves, but Aina is struggling to find their groove so far in this match. And with Hidden all said and done, wonder how Thailand's going to respond.
Yeah, now Thailand can get to the business of picking mods that they actually feel they have a chance on, with 3 no mods, 3 hard rocks, and 3 double times all available to them. We'll have to wait and see what they end up going for.
And while we wait, we got an update on South Korea and United Kingdom. South Korea winning their no mod 1 pick. They are currently winning 2-0. Ooh, and they're gonna go with DT3, our double time convert.
Yeah, sticking with converted difficulties, we're going to be seeing Yoroshka appearing in the match. Probably one of the less common picks from the double time pool in this this group stage for 2021. Thailand need to secure a point on the board and then secure a break point if they want to level the score with Indonesia, but it starts here.
As we see Blackie coming in, replacing Aina. And Netamaru dropping out on the side of Indonesia. And Chroneco's coming in. and Patarachi coming in for Thailand. Barring any other substitutions, it appears we're going to have Madoka, Dika, and Kroneko on the side of Indonesia, Blackie, Ato, and Patarachi for Thailand.
Yeah, first appearance of Blackie in this match, rank 38, currently the highest ranked player in Thailand. Going to be getting underway with game number 3.
Wonder if Thailand's going to be able to answer back, make this a 2-1, or is Indonesia going to keep their lead going and make it a 3-0.
Okay, now that we got Ato with no fail as required, we're going to be getting underway. The timer has begun.
And Ato, the only one with that hidden modifier, everyone else sticking with the base double time. Ooh, and Dika is going to find an early miss, and that is going to give an early advantage to Thailand that is taken away almost instantly with a miss by Ato and Blackie.
Yeah, Patarachi going to drop as well, so no full combos remaining on the side of Thailand as Ato drops once again, and Blackie as well. Really very few combos on the side of Thailand. Nothing, just approaching 100 now, whereas Indonesia holding on to that double FC. Dika did miss very early on. Kroneko and Madoka both with double S's currently.
Ooh, and as soon as Ato got up to that 200 combo mark, they were going to find a miss. Same with Blackie and Patarachi. As soon as Thailand stops the bleeding, that band is ripped off and it continues.
Yeah, all of the Thai players making it up to or around that 200 combo and then missing once again. Very unfortunate that they're having to just rebuild their score over and over again, and these converted patterns really catching out our players from Thailand here, trying to wiggle some things they should be stacking and vice versa. Indonesia having no such problems other than that very early miss from Dika. Kroneko is going to see another drop, but it's traded immediately by Patarachi and Aito. Madoka still holding onto a double S. Dika just with that one miss very early on as Patarachi misses once again. Blackie now back up a 200 combo. Ato not managing to make it to 200. The score difference is growing really out of control here. This looks to be another questionable pick from Thailand.
Barring any disconnects, it's going to be looking like it's going to be a considerable victory in favor of Indonesia.
Strong recovery from Thailand at the end, but is nowhere near enough. That is a monumental 500,000 point victory almost for Indonesia. So another breakpoint secured by them. 3-0 now. Thailand left struggling. Where do I go from here as Madoka scores that double S?
Oh yeah, and with Indonesia seeing how much they won that double time pick by, you would think that they would follow it up with another double time.
And they're going to do exactly that. Very sensible position from them, considering how much they won double time by. I think it's going to say, okay, well, we'll stick with double time. They're going to go with Shirayuki once again. So I think the Thai strategy of getting rid of the maps they don't want to play at the beginning to focus on other things has really backfired, because they picked Hidden, trying to get it out the way, and Indonesia said, okay, you didn't do very well, well, we're going to pick more Hidden. And then they picked double time, and Indonesia once again said, you didn't do very well on that either, so we're going to pick more double time. And you got to wonder what Thailand are going to go for next if this presumably goes to 4-0 and match point Indonesia.
Oh yeah, things are quickly spinning out of control for Thailand as we have an update on other matches underway. We have South Korea versus United Kingdom. South Korea winning yet another point, unfortunately. United Kingdom losing their double time 3 pick by almost 900,000. South Korea winning that one currently 3-0.
Yeah, UK not having a good time, it seems, against the defending champions. Really difficult to beat a team that's just continuously scoring double S's or very high performances across the board. But yeah, back to this game. 3-0 currently, Indonesia leading. This is their pick, so looking to secure a 4th point to a match point. Thailand need to break to get on the board. If they don't, they're going to have one chance to go on a run of 5 victories in a row if they want to secure one here.
And Ato still being the only one taking that hidden modifier. And we're underway. Round 4, Indonesia, Thailand. Light accuracy advantage in favor of Indonesia as Aito ends up dropping on the side of Thailand as everyone else gets up to that 200 combo mark. And the lead is going to start growing for Indonesia.
Does give Indonesia the early advantage. This is quite long, just under 3 minutes, about 1300 combo in length, so plenty of map to go. And Ato working their way back up to that 200 combo mark, securing the stable score difference of about 20,000. Quite a lot of droplet misses from Patarachai over on the side of Thailand, but not too problematic. Kroneko is going to be the next to miss.
And this is what Thailand needs to get back into this.
Yeah, this is almost certainly going to swing the score difference, if not in their favor because of the accuracy. It's going to be very, very close by the time Kroneko gets back up to that 200 combo mark. If Thailand keep accuracy, and there you go, they have taken the lead. Very, very small, but it is still a lead. Kroneko hitting 200 combo now. There's barely 1,000 points or less in the contest here, but Patarachai is going to drop and immediately give Indonesia that lead back.
Now, over halfway through with this map, and as soon as Thailand catches a break, Patarachai drops yet again and trading that drop with Madoka.
Yeah, but there's several more misses now coming out of Patarachai, just not able to quite keep up with the stamina required of this 300 BPM, 3-minute long map. There's still plenty of chances here. There's still 1/3 of the map to go, just under 1 minute. Patarachai now approaching that 200 combo mark again as we come into a slower section. The score difference is about 40,000, but that's going to increase further with Patarachai's second drop in about the last minute.
Kroneko and Ato trading misses there, not really going to make much of a difference, as Indonesia is still maintaining a now considerable lead over Thailand.
Azuria and Dika both still holding on to full combos as we approach the end of the map. Not much left, and definitely not enough for Thailand to secure a victory, but a battle of honor going on here. Azuria is going to take the top honors for a slightly better accuracy over Dika there, but yeah, well played by Indonesia to win by about 105,000 points.
And that is going to push Indonesia into match point 4-0. And Thailand, really questionable strategy to start out this match, and it seemed to have backfired in the worst possible way, as now they're going to need to find their best map that they can possibly have a chance of taking a point.
The real problem for Thailand here is even if whatever they pick next is victorious, there's still a double time pick available to them, which Indonesia can just win by another 100,000 points to secure victory. But they're going to be going to Hard Rock 2, Rampage. So no Nomad scenes so far. We've seen 2 hiddens, 2 double times, and now we're going on to Hard Rock.
We have an update on Italy versus Malaysia. Italy winning their Hard Rock 2 pick. They are currently leading the way 3-0. But Thailand couldn't get anything going with hidden, couldn't get anything going with double time, seeing if they can find their groove with this Hard Rock pick. We see Madoka, Dika still staying in for Indonesia, Nidamaru coming in, replacing Reneko, as Asuria and Ato still staying in for Thailand, Blackie coming in. We have an update on South Korea versus United Kingdom. South Korea winning their Nomad 4 pick. They are currently winning 4-0.
Yeah, another fairly convincing victory for South Korea there. Exactly what we'd expect from the defending champions.
Yeah, slightly different roster from them, but by no means does that mean that they're weaker. And there is the start command, and this 5th round is about to get underway. And Asuria now choosing to pick hidden, as Ato stays with that hidden modifier as well. As well as Dika. Little over 100 combo in, and all players looking strong so far. But Ato is going to find a miss before that 200 combo mark. Not the end of the world for Thailand.
Yeah, this is not a particularly long map, and there's quite a large period of it that is relatively low density, like this. So combo is at a premium here. Azuri is going to miss right at the beginning of that slow section, and Blackie is as well. The worst possible place to miss, right in the middle of the slow section, where the approach rate is so high. And
but a double miss by Indonesia.
Azuri is going to trade one of those misses. Dika now holding onto that full combo still. Ato is back up at 200 combo. The score difference is going to stabilize.
And Asuria dropping again, and that score difference is going to start increasing more in favor of Indonesia, as we're over 100,000 in score difference.
Only 1/3 of the map still to play for. Blackie back up at 200 combo, Netamaru and Madoka having done the same. Dika still holding on to that double S as we come into the final kind of 20 seconds. Netamaru going to drop once again, but the score difference is just too big right now. I don't think Thailand can find a way back here.
Asuria gets to that 200 combo mark, but as the map is reaching an end, unfortunately, Thailand's not going to be able to come back in this, as Indonesia is making this a 5-0 sweep.
Yeah, really impressive performance from that double S coming out of Dika. And a very good performance all around from Indonesia. They looked much more comfortable than they did against Hong Kong yesterday. It's definitely proving that they have not lost all of that skill. Thailand not performing bad by any means, but just coming up against an invigorated, a stronger and a more consistent Indonesia here, unfortunately going down 5-0.
And as that match comes to an end, we have an update with Italy versus Malaysia. Malaysia losing their No Mod 2 pick. Italy is currently up 4-0 in that series. But that is going to shake up their group a little bit. Indonesia taking a win is now, as far as the groups goes, Hong Kong with 2 wins, Indonesia, Thailand, and Denmark. All with 1 apiece. That is... Man. That is a really good question on who's going to be second place in that group, JBH.
In Group A?
Yeah, Indonesia and Thailand both have being 1-1. And the question is, how's Denmark going to perform?
Yeah, the problem here is that Denmark being the unseeded team in the group. So Hong Kong and Indonesia have yet to play them. Denmark having lost 5-3 against Thailand. Yeah. So if Thailand are the low seed and Denmark are the unseeded, you would expect the top and the high seeds to also be able to beat Denmark. So I think if Indonesia can secure that victory against Denmark, then they should feel fairly confident that second place slot in Group A.
And United Kingdom losing their Hard Rock 1 pick. South Korea is going to sweep that 5-0.
Yeah, so that just leaves one match currently ongoing, Italy versus Malaysia. They're currently playing their 5th game, Italy leading that one 4-0. We'll just wait for confirmation on that result. We're going to go into that game. You can see that on screen right now. Looks like they're playing Srokus, Nomad 1. And we've seen an early miss from Future Miku, giving Italy a little bit of an early advantage.
Still plenty of map to go, though, in this pick, as it is one of our longer maps in the pool.
Absolutely. Nearly 4 minutes in length, and we're only about 30 to 40 seconds into the pick here.
Future Miku getting up to that 200 combo mark, gonna stop the bleeding, but Pichu is gonna drop as soon as their teammate gets up to the 200 combo, and that lead is gonna continue growing in favor of Italy.
Yeah, still 3 double S's coming out of the Italian side. Sawafel, Karim, and Arma all holding on to that full combo. Karim is going to find a little drop with that accuracy miss, but still holds on to the full combo, focusing on the fruits that count. Pichu is now back up at 200 combo. Marut Attack still holding onto a double S for the side of Team Malaysia. Score difference is about 40,000 right now, with half of the map still to play.
But Future Miku is going to drop, and that score difference is going to continue growing now. Marut Attack, the lone full combo on the side of Malaysia, as we're still seeing a triple full combo on the side of Italy as we enter the spinner.
No one being caught out by the spinner. Future Miku now back up to that 200 combo mark. Score difference about 60,000 now. Going to require multiple misses from Italy to allow Malaysia back into this one, keep their hopes alive. Still 3 double S's in the match, 2 on the side of Italy from Sawafel and Arma, just Marut Attack on the side of Malaysia.
1/4 of the map left to go as we hit this break. And Italy. Ooh, Italy. Still holding on to that triple full combo. Looking strong.
Yeah, that's going to be demoralizing for Team Malaysia, seeing at the break that your opponents have a triple FC, although we do see Karim having the first break from Italy, but it is traded by Future Miku.
And with Pichu and Future Miku finding a couple misses there towards the end, barring any disconnects, Italy is going to be making this a 5-0 series.
Yeah, this could well be the third 5-0 game in this block that we've just seen. All of our matches this block looking to have been sweeps. And this is a very convincing victory for Italy coming towards the end of the map now, leading by about 160,000 points. Pichu going to score a couple of misses just at the end there, but very impressive performance by Italy all round. Just I think the one miss, or two misses from Karim. Full combos from Sawafel, Armor, and I think Marutatak also managed to secure that full combo at the end as well. But Italy, once again, just a little bit too strong for Team Malaysia. So well played to Italy. Commiserations to Malaysia.
Unfortunately for Malaysia, their World Cup run comes to an end in groups.
So it's looking like Philippines is going to be topping that Group C with 3 victories. Italy losing to Philippines but winning both of their other matches. Looking like they are going to be set up against China in Group F, who are almost certainly going to top that group. We're not certain who the second place team in Group F is. Most of those matches are to be played later today, but Philippines will be participating against them. And you can see on screen now the upcoming matches. In 20 minutes, or just a little bit over, we're going to have Hong Kong versus Denmark. That's a match we were talking about a little earlier from Group A. Hong Kong looking to go 3-0 in their group. Denmark looking to secure a victory. We'll also have Japan versus the United Kingdom. That one's in Group G. UK have lost both of their matches so far, looking to secure a point on the board. Japan have also lost both of their matches. So I think both of these teams have been eliminated at this point, but they will be looking to secure some amount of bragging rights and some kind of moral victory towards the end of the tournament, whoever can secure that victory. Coming up a little later in our final block for just a little while, we're going to have Indonesia versus Denmark, again also from Group A. We're going to have Poland from Singapore from Group H, where Poland will be looking to continue their winning form, and Singapore will be looking to end the tournament on a high. They can still qualify if they beat Poland. And we'll also have China versus the Netherlands from that Group F. As I mentioned, that'll be China's last game in the group stages, looking to secure a 3-0 record if they can beat the Dutch team. So I think we're going to go to a little break now. We've got about, as I said, 20 minutes until our next block. So please do rest, do relax, and do have some food and drink. We'll be right here, Elux and I, again for you in a little over 20 minutes to commentate that match, Japan versus Great Britain. So please stick around, continue chatting, continue talking to us, telling us what you think of the 2021 World Cup so far, and we will be right back.
changing. The knowing feeling could make you fall from the dreamy skies. Suddenly the deepness can get through. Realize I fall along with you, and you're looking into cold green eyes. Ooh.
Welcome back, everybody. We are here again for another match. Japan versus the greatest of Britain. We have to show you. And I'm here with another great Briton, if you understand, JB Hyperion, to commentate. How are you doing?
Hello, Sutton. I wasn't expecting you, but Elux has obviously decided that now's a good time to stop his epic run of like 5 matches or whatever he did over the night, so let that guy get some rest. Thank you for joining me.
Yeah, that was crazy to see Elux doing so many matches, pulling all of those off. And a well-deserved break he indeed has got on his hands now. We are going to be looking at Japan versus the United Kingdom, as I already mentioned. We have a 5-player United Kingdom this time round, consisting of Matt H, Litlass, Tomato, and Baron and Arwab. And then for Japan, we've already seen them play twice this week, and we have Molkus, Rere, Melu, Noob, Desu, Kokutan, and GFB GD1. And this is the low seed versus the unseed, I'm pretty sure as well. The United Kingdom being the unseed, and we have Japan as a low seed who pulled off some very good results so far. They did have a fairly rough match against South Korea, losing that one 5-0, but then they played 5-4 versus Taiwan. So it's very unlikely for them to make it out of this round. Maybe they already can't make it out of this round. I think Taiwan already guaranteed their advancement. But they still have one more match to showcase their skills. And the United Kingdom, same story basically. They had a pretty rough match as well just now. And hopefully they'll do a tad bit better on this one. We are already done with picking and everything. Seems that Hidden One has been banned by the UK. I'm not entirely sure what the ban for Japan was. It seems to be Akira Complex Yukako. So that's no mod free. And we are going to get started with Hard Rock 1 Raindrop Flower, mapped by FD Fluoride. So a very quirky map. Very likely to see FCs, but last time we spectated Japan, all 3 players on their end actually FC'd this map. I'm pretty sure they all even double S'd it. So pretty scary pick there for the United Kingdom, if anything. Not something you'd expect to see them pick against a team that FC'd it last round. But hey, who are we to talk? Maybe they will FC it even better with greater spinners or so. Maybe that's their game plan. We don't really know. We shall see.
Yeah, an interesting No Mod 3 ban coming out of Japan there. One of the least, I think it is actually the least picked map in the group stages thus far. Only 9 picks out of, I think we've had something like 30-something matches at this point. So an interesting ban from them. The UK banning Hidden One is no surprise. It was left open and first picked against them by Taiwan, and I think there was a million-plus point difference there. So clearly, low AR Hidden, not something that the UK is feeling too comfortable on. Very wise to swap their ban to that. As you said, Taiwan, the low seed, but a pretty strong low seed at that, taking the high seed Taiwan to that tiebreaker, very, very close to winning that one. So unfortunately, as you said, San, both teams, I think, having been knocked out of the World Cup, playing for that last win, that bragging rights, ending on a high positive note.
Yeah, it's all morale from here on, basically, and anything that happens here doesn't really influence the results anymore. So they're just going to have a fun time. Probably they'll be way less stressed out compared to the other matches that they've played, which means that the results will likely also be quite good for either team, I do feel like. So that's all we're expecting, and we are going to get started with this first map here, Raindrop Flower. It's going to be played, picked by United Kingdom. We have Litlass Tomato. How would you like me to say tomato or tomato? What would you prefer as a Brit?
I mean, it doesn't really matter what I think. You'd ask the player themselves, whether it's tomato, tomato, tomato. There are so many possibilities.
Hey Tom, let us know, please. Let us know. If you're listening, which I hope you aren't, but if you're watching this VOD, do PM me sometime and let me know. Alright? And then we've Matt H as well, Molkus Rede and GFB GD1 for Japan. And here we are. First few notes have dropped. There we go. First miss there for Litlass already quite early on. If Japan is going to perform similarly to how they play this map last time, that's bad news. Again, Japan had a triple double S on this map last time they played it against Taiwan. Molkus here with a miss dose. That means that they're not going to be able to do that again. Tomato missing after that. Quite janky movement there actually from Tomato on some of those nodes. Not entirely sure whether he has practiced the map plenty. Doesn't feel like it looking at it.
Yeah, unfortunate first miss there from Litless. In the match between the UK and South Korea, Litless was actually the only player to score an FC on this Hard Rock 1, as Tomato sees another drop, extending Japan's lead slightly.
And again, Litlas is also not looking too confident on this map. Matt H with a miss, probably their best player on the team, so that's bad news. And Japan is really running away with the score by now. Tomato again missing, and wow, that's really increasing fast. As you can see, almost 200,000 points of difference by now. And it doesn't seem that Great Britain knows what to do exactly here, as everybody on Japan but Molkus is still FCing the map. Rere is going to miss together with 2 players on the end of the United Kingdom. Only Matt H now with a combo left. And as you guys can see, there's not enough fuel here for United Kingdom to do anything really at this stage.
Yeah, only about 30 seconds left in the map. GFB still holding on to that full combo. Molkus with just that singular miss early on. Matt H at 200, Litless and Tomato still got a little bit of way to go to get there, but there's very little chance for the UK to come back into this one as we see another double miss from Litless and Tomato.
Yeah, nothing else to report really. It's very consistent misses there for Litless, Tomato. Matt H only one missing this one, it seems. Not the highest of accuracies either though, a few droplet misses, even though that doesn't really matter. And Japan with a really strong performance there once again. Only 2 misses on their end. GFB GD1 with a full combo. And again, Japan off to a good start. United Kingdom not really picking the right map here in this scenario. We're going to see if Japan continues with another Hard Rock pick or whether they're going to opt for something else.
Yeah, we saw this in the previous match between what was our previous match? I'm sorry, Indonesia and Thailand. Thailand picked hidden first against Indonesia, which was a bit of a strange decision, knowing how good Indonesia are at hidden. And then Indonesia immediately picked hidden second. Thailand picked double time and lost by another 400,000 points, so Indonesia just picked double time again. So would not be surprised to see Japan try and exploit that Hard Rock overconfidence of the UK team here.
That is true indeed. And honestly speaking, I'm not entirely sure whether the United Kingdom has played well in either of the other matches. It seems that they had a bit of a mediocre performance in the previous match against, Taiwan, right?
Taiwan was their first match. South Korea, they played just a few hours ago.
Oh, right. So that's the match I was thinking of. Okay, so yeah, weak hidden performance on there. And it seems that Japan is definitely going to capitalize on that. We're going to see a first hidden pick here, Kagara Naki Bara Yuji, which is a convert map. And looking at the track history of United Kingdom, this should be a good pick for Japan.
Yeah, UK have demonstrated they're not technically that proficient on hidden. Matt H is a pretty good hidden player, but not exactly his favourite mod in the world. UK really struggling to field additional players with that hidden mod.
And we are waiting for the players to be locked into place. We have Han doing a MP timer of 120 seconds. As is the rule, you have 120 seconds to pick a map, and then you have another 120 seconds in order to swap your players around and get locked into the multiplayer lobby. In the meantime, there aren't any other matches ongoing but Hong Kong versus Denmark, so we're going to keep you up to date on that as far as we can. Seems that so far Hong Kong is off to a great start. They just won another pick on No Mod. The first pick they won by 788,000 on hidden, which is quite the strong performance indeed. Hong Kong then won No Mod 1, which was picked by Denmark by 27,000 points. And that's a lot closer in the previous pick. But again, a point is a point, 2-0 for them. In the meantime, we're still waiting for Japan and the United Kingdom to get ready here.
That's promising for Denmark to be within like quite small of a margin of a team like Hong Kong, who've looked really strong so far this tournament. I think even if they don't secure any points that game, they can feel fairly happy with their performance if they keep that kind of level of ability up.
Yeah, I would agree on that indeed. So maybe they will even be able to grab a point or two from Hong Kong. Really depends. I'm guessing that Hong Kong isn't going to opt for no mod themselves, though. Looking at the stark difference you can see between the hidden win and the no mod win, so not too much of an opportunity for Denmark to keep on playing no mod the entire time. But as far as their picks are concerned, they're probably going to go for the no mod picks the entire match. That's what I'm assuming, at least. And over here, Japan, United Kingdom, I'm assuming Japan is mostly going to be picking mods as well. And I do believe that United Kingdom would be better off to pick no mods themselves after this map from Japan. Which, I mean, they might be able to pull something off here, something cool. But as far as I know, not the most proficient hidden players on the end of United Kingdom. Whereas Japan has always been fairly solid in that regard. So here we go. Second map of the match.
Yeah, very early miss there from Litless right at the beginning. Another miss from Litless and RWAP also giving Japan an early lead.
And the entirety of the United Kingdom has already broken as Matt H also misses, and Litlas and RWAP aren't really pulling it seems either. Lots of misses there for both of those players, and they're really struggling to keep up with Japan, as Japan is already running away with a 200,000 point lead. Only misses from Noob Des and Kokutan over there, and those are only one miss each, I do believe. Maybe Kokutan has done 2 misses. Mork is still holding on to double S. And honestly speaking, it's already looking really grim for United Kingdom here.
Yeah, RWAP just having a little bit of difficulty dashing away from objects just too quickly, not quite adapting to the convert nature where there's very kind of odd spacing between patterns, lots of stronger dashes than would be expected. Litless also having a tough time, Matt back at 200 combo, but is also not having the greatest of time. Japan looking really, really solid right now. As you said, Molka's still holding on to that double S.
And we go into the first KI, and ooh, misses all across the board. Everybody missing that jump, but it doesn't really matter considering this humongous score difference that Japan has already mustered. It's not looking like United Kingdom has any chance of coming back, really, considering the fact that no fail is forced in these maps too, and that means that the score of 2 million that Japan has already gathered will not be able to decrease any further. And United Kingdom would have to FC at least the entirety rest of the map, if anything, but it's not happening. It's not looking like it. RWAP is continuously struggling with these hypers and looking pretty painful over there.
Yeah, over 600,000 points, the difference in score now. Another triple miss from Team UK. Molka's just hitting 200 combo, so now everyone on Japan is going to look like they're going to finish quite strong. More triple misses even, from the UK. This is going to end up being about a 900,000 point difference.
Yeah, super strong win there for Japan. Even though this wouldn't even be their best performance on a hidden pick in this tournament, they've done better, I do believe. Everybody missing over there too. 2 misses for Molkas, 4 for Noob Desu, 8 for Kokitan. But considering the B rank and the A ranks of the United Kingdom, Matt not being able to pull that weight by himself either, it's still a very strong win there for Japan. So that's going to make for 2-0. And United Kingdom is going to be next to pick, which I hope they're going to opt for no mod, because the rest is not looking like it.
Yeah, you can see Matt in the chat there saying it was inevitable, knowing that Hidden is by far their weakest mod and they're never really expecting to secure a victory there. They are going to take your advice and go with no mod 2, Fragile.
Gladly you're listening. It seems I do have some fans in Great Britain after all. Amazing.
Oh, you mean I'm your fan and I'm from Great Britain, so...
Are you now? Oh. Never heard you say that before. I'm very thankful.
Is that the nicest thing I've ever said to you?
Probably. I mean, you called me the greatest WoW player like 4 years ago as well, which I've remembered.
This is
up
true.
until this day.
This is true.
Yeah.
He remembers.
I remember all those kinds of things. I even put it on my profile, which I haven't updated in many years, or at least the meme section on my profile. So.
What do you mean? It's not a meme. It's factual. You should have that pride of place.
Oh, it could be both, right? It could be factual and a meme, so it could be funny in that sense, whilst it's true. So there's that. And yeah, Fragile, the next pick, quite the peculiar normal pick as well, with an AR of 8.8, which by most people, including myself, is considered to be quite low. Not really something you see often in a normal bracket, let alone in the ranked map meta. Most stuff is quite fast these days, and it's quite a step down over here, and that trips up a few people every so often. Not entirely sure how the new United Kingdom players will be doing on this map. I'm pretty sure that the Japanese players are fairly alright on this too. So we're just gonna have to wait and see how this ends up going for either team. But I do believe that the United Kingdom has a way better chance of pulling off a point here compared to Hidden or Hard Rock or any mod for in that case. And here we go, third map of the match. Quite the banger of a song as well, so you can, if you want to, get your cat jams ready. We allow it. We do. Yeah, we do.
Actively encouraged, I feel. Tomato
Exactly.
carrying their score over from the previous map, starting with a 600,000 point advantage. That's an
It's fairly
interesting
alright.
strategy. There we go. That has
Imagine
been
being
corrected.
able to conserve your points. That would be amazing. Making O's
Very-
become more like chess every day.
A very early miss from Litless there, giving Japan the early advantage. Another couple of misses there from Litless as well. Just over-exerting on some of these little wiggles slightly.
I'm pretty sure he actually undershot a few of those, like that one over there, and he keeps on doing it every single time too. Melu and Tomato have also missed so far, so Japan is already leading by quite the margin, but it's not as bad as the previous few maps, so it's looking alright. Anyway, United Kingdom is still very much in this game, so misses on the end of Japan could still turn it back to the United Kingdom.
Yeah, only 2 minutes long. We're already halfway through the map though, so it's going to have to start the turnaround very soon. Melu back up at 200 combo. Litless and Tomato having done the same, but Litless drops almost immediately after reaching that 200 combo. Very unfortunate play there.
Yeah, that's not going to bolster the team at all, and Japan slowly creeping in terms of score. Litless again missing there. 200,000 points of difference has been manifested already by Japan, and everybody's doing really well on their side. Melu's definitely picked up their game after that initial miss, and everybody on the end of United Kingdom is also doing quite well. Litless still not a 200 combo though. It's not looking like there's going to be enough drops in the end of Japan to ensure a point for the United Kingdom. In fact, it's not looking like they're going to drop at all. Tomato with another miss there right at the end, 2 of them actually, and that's going to give Japan another point. Not quite as drastically as the other maps we've seen in this match so far, but it's not that close either at 240,000 points of difference.
Much better performance from the UK, comparatively speaking, but just a single FC and only 1 miss from the side of Japan as their opponents, with Arira taking that double S. Really nice performance from them.
Correct. In the meantime, there's been... that's incredibly close. I'm looking at Hong Kong versus Denmark real quick. They were able to get a third point on Hong Kong, that is. They were able to get a third point on a double time pick, double time 1 with a score difference of 331,000. But just now, Denmark lost their no mod 2 pick to Hong Kong as well with 956 points of difference. That's not thousands, that's 956. So that's incredibly unfortunate, especially considering that I don't believe there's been I don't think there's a full FC. Oh, okay. It was FC'd by all players. Never mind. It was FC'd, so it was a spinner difference. That's very unfortunate for Denmark. This could have been their shot at it.
Yeah, Denmark, the unseeded team, but almost taking points consistently off the top seed, and a strong top seed at that in Hong Kong. Really good performance from them. I'm not sure whether they'll be feeling kind of happy that they got close or sad that they didn't quite get just a little more. But yeah, very good performance from them. Looks like Japan are not going to be taking the bait from Matt at the beginning of the previous one. They're going to be going for double time this time with Shiroyuki no Princess Wa.
Alrighty, VTuber fans rise up. Here we go with Shiroyuki no Princess Wa. Double time against the United Kingdom. I mean, Japan is dragging them around a little bit over here by now. They are playing any mod, really, and not really just sticking to a single mod that they know will work. They're just doing whatever at this point. Whether that's the most efficient strategy, probably not, but so far it's been working alright. But they mustn't choke up and mess up in that sense. I don't know if it's that great of a strategy to not go for hidden again and again and again until hidden has run dry and then go for hard rock. But that's up to them, obviously. Maybe they're just really comfortable on this map too. Maybe they really like it. There's plenty of reasons, but it's definitely not the most efficient. Probably.
Yeah, double time in general as a mod has probably been the most popular pick in the group stages this year. All three of the double time selections on offer have been very strongly received and very rarely banned.
Does seem to be the case indeed. We're gonna get started with this fourth map of this match. This match going a little slower compared to Hong Kong versus Denmark, who's already where they've already played 4 maps, so they're gonna have to catch up real quick. But with double time, they'll be fine. They'll get there. Tomato here with the first miss for United Kingdom. Very early on though, so that doesn't really spell out doom at the moment.
Litless going to be seeing an early drop as well as Tomato on the side of UK. Another drop from Litless. Matt H making it up to 200 combo along with everyone on the side of Japan. Litless really seeming to struggle here as Matt H also drops along with Kokutan from the side of Japan.
Yeah, that one drop from Japan is not really gonna make the difference that the United Kingdom needs, as Tomato drops once again. Kokutan now quite consistently missing, it seems, with his second miss there. But it's not quite enough. And Matt 8, together with Litless actually, and Tomato, nobody really holding on to a combo over there for the United Kingdom, whereas Japan still has Molkut and GFB going strong at it.
Kokutan back up at 200 combo now. Litless leading the way for UK. Tomato and Matt H both also going to make 200 combo as we approach 1/2 distance. Score difference is just over 200,000 right now. Molkus and GFB both holding on to full combos still. Kokutan's going to underdash there slightly, but it's going to be traded by both Matt and Tomato, so the score difference will increase further.
Yeah, and again, it's looking like this score difference is going to be too drastic for United Kingdom to overcome. Molkus with a missed though, so that's going to slow down progress a little bit there for Japan, but Tomato with his consistent misses doesn't really provide the fuel that the United Kingdom needs right now. Litless coming in with a miss of themselves as well. Tomato undershooting a lot of these notes on pretty much all maps, so that's quite unfortunate. There's no FCs left for Japan either anymore though. GFB has also missed a little bit after Molkus's miss. But does it really matter? Not quite. There's still a 250,000 point difference here, and it's not looking like the gap is going to be close anytime soon.
Yeah, there was a really short period where GFB missed and all of the UK players were holding 200 combo that the score gap was closing slightly. But unfortunately, Tomato, Litless not having such a good time, although Kokutan and Molkuts both do miss now as well, which keeps things barely even. But as you said, the difference is just way too massive right now. 300,000 points and no way that the UK can close it. This one is going to be a 4-point and match point for Team Japan.
Yeah, Kokusan struggling a little bit towards the end, but the United Kingdom should have done a tad bit better as well if they want to capitalize on that. This could have been a good shot for the United Kingdom, but sadly not quite capable of doing this either. It seems Japan here with a fairly strong performance, and United Kingdom are now on the verge of death here at a 4-0 score board of Japan.
Yeah, great performance from GFB there. Just that singular miss right in the middle of the map. To cap up on the other match that's going on that Sartan was talking about previously, Hong Kong taking their 5th point, so that's a clean sweep for them against Denmark. Another victory for them in that Group A, and I believe that is a clean sweep of victories, only losing a single game to Indonesia. So great performance from Hong Kong. They'll be taking on the 2nd place team in Group H, which is looking like probably Russia, although if they beat Poland, it could also be Poland.
We shall see. The clarity will be there after today on who plays against who next round. GG will play to both Denmark and Hong Kong anyhow. Japan here no, actually it's not their pick, never mind, my apologies. United Kingdom's pick could be their final pick of the tournament, so they want to think this through quite well. Maybe even use a tactical timeout if they feel like it. It's allowed in this tournament too, but I've barely seen it. Barely have I seen it being used so far by any team other than like I forgot actually. There was one team who used it. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we're waiting.
Tiebreaker situations, both teams have considered or used their tactical timeout to kind of decide what their final pick might be before, like, trying to avoid that tiebreaker. But as you go back to what you said, for the UK, it's a very difficult position they're in right now because they've lost once on every mod pool. So there isn't anything untested that they can kind of try. Everything that they've tried or that their opponent has thrown at them, they've been unable to keep up with. So it's very difficult to decide what their next pick is.
Correct, indeed. It's going to be no mod 1, so they are going to opt for the safe pick here. I wanted to say something, but I forgot. Actually, I remember Japan was actually a country who used a technical timeout in the match against Taiwan, I'm pretty sure. Taiwan themselves also using it. So there's that. Japan is aware of what they are able to do, but they don't really need it. As you can see, it's 4-0 at the moment, and they're cruising quite comfortably through this match. United Kingdom, on the other hand, quite the final act of desperation here with no mods, and hopefully they're going to be able to pull off something at the very least. Seeing 1 point being won by them would be very nice, if anything, and all they can do is their best by now at this point. So yeah, waiting for the players to get ready, and then we might have our final map of this match. Maybe not, we shall see. So if you're a UK fan, you should definitely be cheering them on right now in chat. So go ahead, let them know you're a fan. Support them. They're going to need it quite a lot right now.
We are going to be getting underway now. The timer has begun for this 5th and potentially final game. UK, as you said, Sartan, looking to secure just any kind of positivity to take away from this, which is likely going to be their final game in the 2021 Catch World Cup.
Alright, so here we go. How would you pronounce this beat map name actually? Sorokus, I think?
I made a guess as kind of Sorokus, like with an S sound during the map or showcase, and one person told me that was correct, so I'm going to take that as a 100% certainty that it is Sorokus.
Peer reviewed. Alright, very cool. So far everybody holding on quite well on this Sorokus map, so that's nice to see. United Kingdom actually building up to 200 combos, every one of them, it seems. Japan, as expected, also doing really well so far. Gonna get a little more intense in a bit. Little ass here with the first to break on the end of United Kingdom, giving an early lead there for Japan, but they're still in the game. Japan can still obviously miss too.
Yeah, this is quite a long map and has quite high density throughout. I think there's probably like 1,700 objects here. Mat H going to be the next to drop, though. I was about to say that there is chance later on for a comeback as Rira is going to be breaking from Team Japan. Litless also trades that, though, so Japan are going to keep that lead at about 40,000 points right now.
Yeah, Japan definitely not quite running away with it yet. They're going to have to stay cautious here. But a lead is a lead, and it's definitely showing already. But if Molkus and Melu were to drop, that's very likely going to go back to the United Kingdom, if anything. And there's still plenty of map left. This is one of the longer maps in the map for 3 minutes and 50 seconds, as you can see.
Yeah, everyone on Team UK now back above that 200 combo mark, so if there is a drop from Japan, UK will be well placed to try and take advantage of that. But currently not looking like either team is going to have a miss, as Molkus and Melu both about to hit 1,000 combo as we pass the halfway mark.
Ooh, and a very nasty drop there from Mat H right after the spinner. That's not something you want to see. And that's going to slow down progress on the end of the United Kingdom even further. Not entirely sure whether they're going to be able to come back from that loss. Looking kind of grim right now. Melu and Molkus is still going really strong.
Yeah, Molkus still holding on to that double S. Melu with just a singular droplet miss, I believe.
Few streams here, everybody catching them quite handily though. Looking fairly good. This is definitely the closest performance we've seen of the United Kingdom so far. Tomato coming in with a miss though. Two of them actually, and the score difference being about 110,000. Not looking too shabby, honestly. And honestly speaking, if Japan were to triple miss here, that could still mean a comeback for United Kingdom, but the opposite almost happens. Only Mat H holding onto a combo there. Rira also missed for Japan, but I'm not really feeling it anymore, I do believe.
Yeah, there was a triple miss, but two of those misses were on the side of UK, and now with Matt and Tomato missing again, no misses from Molkus or Melu, both doing excellently, even though that double S has been lost. Japan are once again grinding down the UK, building that lead even further, putting the game well out of reach, and this is probably, almost certainly going to be another 5-0 victory, and securing Japan with a victory, a win in this year's World Cup. Even if they're going to be going home, they will not leave empty-handed.
Correct indeed. Japan has put on a fight this year, and they could have almost knocked down Taiwan in the competition, which would have been such an amazing feat of strength. But playing 5-4 against them is also incredibly nice. So, GG well played to Japan for taking this one 5-0. United Kingdom, sadly, not quite having the potential here as they used to have, and they're very likely going to be back next year, hopefully stronger. Hopefully these players will mature over time, but I am very certain that they will. Congratulations to Japan for taking this win. Their only win this weekend, but it's a really good win. So, good job.
Yeah, great performance from Japan there. Molkus with a single droplet miss, Melu with 2 droplet misses, and Rire with just a couple of misses. Looking very consistent throughout. Made a few mistakes throughout the weekend, but were capitalized really well on opponents making mistakes as well. Consistency was very good, and as you said, unfortunate for the UK, but a bit of a transitional year for them. Hopefully they'll be back stronger next year.
Yeah, you can facilitate them too, JBH. Come back to the game, play a little, and grind your way back into the CWC atmosphere, and get...
I mean, if I was to be playing this year, it would be on a laptop while sat cross-legged on a bed with no desk and anything. So yeah, it would have been quite difficult.
I see nothing wrong there. I think
I would have been a burden rather than a benefit to...
Ever heard of Lexi with his MacBook?
Yeah, but Lexi's a god
gamer. No excuses.
Lexi's a god gamer. I'm just
You
trash.
are as well. You're not trash. Come on. Everybody tell JBH that he's not trash. He's a good guy. He's great.
Tell me I'm an old man, because
person.
that's very factual.
Oh, look at this. Look at this guy.
There's nothing wrong
This is
with admitting to the
complex.
truth.
Unbelievable.
Nothing wrong with admitting to the truth.
I'll shut it. I'll let you think of. I'll let you think of what you think of yourself. Let you think.
But enough of that. Enough of me telling myself that I'm a terrible person. We've got upcoming matches in a little over 25 minutes. The last of this block of the morning and early afternoon if you're in Europe. the evening ticking over if you're in Asia, and good morning if you're Americans and you're probably just joining us. Indonesia will be facing off against Denmark. That one is going to be a match in Group A. Indonesia need a victory to secure that second place spot in Group A. We're going to have Poland versus Singapore. Poland, having only played one game, which was a very convincing victory, they'll be looking to secure top spot in Group H. Singapore can technically still qualify, but it's going to be a bit of a difficult ask for them against the top seed Poland. We'll be cheering them on too. And of course, China will be playing their third and final game against your boys, the Netherlands. Looking to play their first.
Their first match of the entire week, indeed. They're going to be doing everything in the coming 6 hours, so looking forward to seeing them play. We're not going to be streaming them, sadly, but we will be seeing them more often today after the match too. As you can see, they're going to be playing Peru quite rapidly after their initial match versus China. But we're going to be looking at Indonesia versus Denmark in about, what's it? It says 24 minutes, and it is indeed 24 minutes. So yeah, there you go. Lots of countries with red and white colors and their flags upcoming next. So we're gonna pause the stream for a little bit here. We're gonna let you guys get some food, get some water or beer, whatever you like to do here. It's a Sunday after all. Feel free to live a little. And we'll be looking at Indonesia versus Denmark. If you can't join us, then do follow the channel so you get an email notification whenever we go live. If you click that bell icon, and you can also subscribe or donate, and all of those funds will go into upcoming tournaments and this tournament itself too. And we will greatly appreciate you. So hopefully we'll see you in 23 minutes. JBH, thank you for commentating this match with me, and we'll be right back.
Thank you very much for having me, as always, son. I'll be back a little bit later with some more commentary. And as you said, there's lots of excellent matches upcoming. So we hope that you get a drink, get some food, get a little bit of rest, and join us once again in 20 minutes for more fruit catching action. Thank you very much for joining us, and we'll see you very soon.
See you then.
Click.
Hello everyone, welcome back. If you didn't leave, then glad to see that you're still here. If you are returning, hopefully you enjoyed your food, your drink, and your rest. I'm JB Hyperion, joined once again by Sartan with Indonesia versus Denmark coming up.
I trapped JB Hyperion here, so he's going to have to commentate another match. Not something he really looked forward to, but I think he's going to like what we're going to see on screen here. Indonesia versus Denmark. Red and white countries, both of them, as you can see. Just different patterns, different expression in that sense. And Indonesia being a really strong team this year, as you guys can see. Kureko, Dika, Madoko Ayu, Kaba, Netamaru. Actually, not somebody you see often in tournaments, but a really strong player. Solo Lekui and Lewind playing for Indonesia. And then we have for Denmark 5 players. We have for them Sharpen, Captain, who's ironically not the captain for Denmark, Kare, Waffelate, and Jonathan Silius. Probably the wrong pronunciation for Jonathan in Danish, knowing Danish names. But that's fine. We are already done with banning and picking, it seems. No, never mind. That's the ban. Okay, so we're banning No Mod 1. Indonesia's banning No Mod 1 there. Srokus. And then we have a hidden one ban for Denmark, Chandi Kaipi. And they're going to be picking as well.
Having seen Indonesia's performance against Thailand a little earlier today on Hidden, that Hidden ban, very sensible, I think, coming out of Denmark. Hidden, definitely one of Indonesia's strongest mod pools, so wise to take that one away.
Black Ninja asking for gameplay. We're gonna get you gameplay in just a little minute. They're currently still banning and picking maps. As you can see, they're gonna be deciding on what to play first. Denmark, that is. So, I'm assuming it's gonna be No Mod, knowing them. And they've played No Mod quite well so far. In the previous match they played versus Hong Kong, they were very closely matched on 2 of those No Mod picks, losing out by 2,000 points and 1,000 points, actually. And as expected, they're going to go for Fragile here, which they had a triple FC on in the previous match, so very sensible once again for Denmark to do. Definitely a team that has thought out their tactic quite well. Indonesia probably going to be able to play this quite handily as well, though, so everybody's got to be on the edge of their seats here.
Do any of these teams still have a chance to advance? Denmark do not have a chance to advance, I believe. Indonesia are almost certain to advance because Thailand's wins to loss ratio in terms of games is too low. There's only obviously 5 games required to be won to secure a match. So I'm fairly certain Indonesia will be slotting into that second place spot in Group A. Denmark, I don't believe, are able to make it out.
Yeah, Denmark has already lost one too many games, so this is just going to be for show, basically. In the meantime, we have a few other matches ongoing. Those being the Netherlands versus China. It's my favorite match of the hour because I'm a big China supporter. No, I'm Dutch, guys. I'm Dutch, okay? I'm Dutch. I really want them to play well today, obviously. In the meantime, we also have, let me just quickly take a look. We have Singapore versus Poland ongoing, so it's almost reverse Poland versus Poland. Very close. Coincidentally, they're playing at the same hour, though, Indonesia and Poland, so that's that. And I think that's all for this hour. Yeah. 3 matches indeed. We're going to be streaming this one. You're currently seeing Denmark versus Indonesia, and the rest we're going to try and keep you up to date for. In the meantime, the bans have already been done for the other 2 matches too. So those will get going soon.
Looks like we're going to be underway here with this first game between Indonesia and Denmark. No Mod 2, Fragile the pick from Denmark. Dika, Lewind, and Madoka going to be lining up for Team Indonesia. And Kare, Sharpen, and Captain going to be opposing them on the side of Team Denmark.
For pretty funky song, and we have some cat jam going on in my house at least, so feel free to do it too. Good luck and have fun to both of these teams. This is very likely going to be a clean play for most people here. So far it's looking pretty good too. The map gets a little bit more intense towards the KI. The spaces become a little further apart, and the speed picks up just a little bit in terms of how often you have to jump. For now, everybody's doing quite well, as you can see. SS is all across the screen.
Yeah, not even a single droplet miss between our teams as yet. 3 double S's from both sides. The score flickering backwards and forwards. Kare will be the first 2 droplet miss. That on its own is not going to give a huge advantage to Team Indonesia, but it might be enough.
Ooh, and that's your first miss for Indonesia there, Madoka Ayukawa. So, early lead there for Denmark, and we already... No, that's not early anymore, that's 2/3 in, so that's actually quite important for Denmark. They might be able to take it just because of that, as they're already working towards the end of it.
If Denmark can hold on for another 100, 150 combo here, even with misses, it might not be enough, but Sharpen is going to miss there. That brings everything much closer together.
I don't think that's going to break it for them, though, at the moment, because... oh, never mind, that second miss is going to do it, though. That's very unfortunate, because if you get 200 combo in cats, your score per fruit caps out, and missing after that is more unfortunate than missing before that. And Sharpen probably wouldn't have gotten back to 200 combo anymore, meaning that Indonesia would have probably lost that if he didn't miss the second time, which sadly he did. So Denmark just barely missing out on a point here from Indonesia. A starter first point. That's going to be a break point for Indonesia instead now. And I wonder what they're going to be picking. I definitely suspect a hidden pick, but they could probably do well on hard rock and double time as well compared to Denmark.
Yeah, hidden definitely the strongest of Indonesia's options here, and they have 2 maps to pick from. One of them was banned, but there are 2 still remaining. Indonesia, with the breakpoint starting off strong, will be them to pick next. And as you can see, Ongaku Resolve and Kagaranaki, both from that hidden pool, available to them should they so wish.
Yeah,
We
they have about
no
2 minutes.
completed games. Sorry, continue.
No, my bad. But we have 2 minutes per pick here for these teams, so they can decide on what they want to play within those 120 seconds. So that's that. And as you already wanted to mention, there's no other games that have finished them out yet, so we're waiting on that too.
Yeah, so just China winning the role in their match against the Netherlands, banning Strokus and Tianti Kaipi being banned by the Netherlands. That's no mod, hidden and no mod 1. And then in Poland versus Singapore, Poland won their role and banned double time 3. Singapore, for their part, also banning hidden 1.
And they're going to be taking their first point there, Poland, on Raindrop Flower. They're going to win that point by 106,000, so that's a nice pick indeed. And that's going to force Singapore to the next match here. Singapore actually performing quite well this tournament so far as a unseed, but we've gotten to know them to be a team like so. I expect
doing
them
really
to take
well,
a few
winning that tiebreaker against Vietnam in Group H. Looking like they were maybe going to take a few more points off Russia and put them to a tiebreaker as well. But meanwhile, in this match, Indonesia have gone for hidden, as we suspected. They're going with hidden 3, the converted OS difficulty of Kagaranaki.
In the meantime, China also won their first pick on double time 3 by 284,000. So quite a convincing win indeed. Only 1 miss there on the entire team for China. So that's a very nice play indeed. As we wait for this map to get started in our current lobby.
A little bit of a player switch here. Soliloquy coming in on the side of Indonesia and Wafa Latte coming in for Denmark.
This will always be a good song, so I'm happy it's in the map pool. Here we go, hidden for Indonesia versus Denmark. I do believe that Denmark doesn't really have a shot at taking this, but they might just surprise us. You never know what happens in an hour, right? Could have taken some crazy drug, gotten some hidden skills. I don't know. We shall see.
And Sartan is not advocating for drug use on the OS live stream.
I am absolutely not. I didn't specify what kind of drug. It could have been caffeine for that matter. Don't assume things. Sharp and
Nice
Captain.
save.
Good save, isn't it? Waffle Lass is also going to miss for Denmark, so that means the entire team is already broken. Indonesia is going to take an early lead here.
Yeah, as we expected, Hidden to be a very strong mod for Indonesia. Soliloquy going to be the first to drop just before that 200 combo mark. Dika and Madoka making 200, but Vafalate and Sharpen are going to miss also. Captain doing the same, no combos of note left on the side of Denmark. Indonesia looking to run away with this one.
Yeah, solid performance there from the Indonesian block. Soliloquy missing once again, but it doesn't really matter as the score difference has already increased to about 170,000 points and still increasing, considering that Denmark only has one combo over 200 from Sharp and
Coming up to halfway now, Madoka still holding on to that double S, Dika with the FC and just a small accuracy drop. Everyone on Denmark, and now Soliloquy on the side of Indonesia as well, back above 200 combo. Score difference is stabilizing, but that's going to increase further with another double miss from Denmark, Vafalate and Sharpen, and Madoka also loses the SS and the full combo, just Dika holding on to that full combo now.
Yeah, Dika has been consistently good at tournaments for the past so many years already. And this year he's actually decided to rank up quite significantly. I think he's like the 4th in the world right now, which also helped a lot with seeding. Wafalata and Sharpen missing once again for Denmark, meaning that Indonesia is in a very comfortable spot at the moment. So Soliloquy also missing, but that doesn't really matter once again, considering that Denmark misses quite more often than Indonesia at the moment. Sharpen coming in with another one of those.
Soliloquy gonna see a drop there as well. Vafalate trading that. Dika with just a singular droplet miss, still holding on to that full combo. Captain with a really nice performance apart from that early miss, but the rest of Denmark not able to keep up. Soliloquy gonna drop again, but Dika's approaching the 1000 combo mark. Doesn't quite make it because the end is here, and that is going to be a victory again for Indonesia by about 300,000 points.
Good job to Indonesia, and that's a very clean point indeed. Denmark's going to be next to pick here, so they're definitely not going to opt for Hidden, if anything. Forced to play HD Pensive. Oh, poor Sharp N. I feel for that guy.
Shame you can't ban 3 maps from the map pool, huh?
Shame you can't ban everything that you don't like. Yo, I just want to play maps I like. Is that too much to ask for?
Yeah, make your own tournament and you can be the only participant in it, and then you can play the maps you like and you can be the winner and you can award
that
yourself
like
the
good
prize.
Fun. No, that's such a good idea. Wow, thank you very much. Definitely going to take that advice. In the meantime, Poland is 2-0 ahead. Winning on double time 1, as you like it, from Eve by 180,000 points. And actually, Singapore did have the top performer on that map, being Love Math Boy with 1,083,000 points. So, unfortunate for them. And they're not next to pick, it's actually Poland's pick next.
So on the topic of double time, Denmark are going to be picking double time next. Different map though, double time 2, Shiroi Yuki no Princess Wa. So they're going to be changing tack just a little bit. We've gone from hidden, sort of from no mod to hidden, and now to double time. Denmark deciding to try something a little bit different.
Shiroi Yuki, aka VTuber DT, as Sharpen mentioned it in his own chats. Yeah, quite the lengthy double time pick. It has been picked in almost every match so far, I'm pretty sure too. I think the pick rate on this one is really nice, really high. So, we do tend to have a lot of VTuber fans, it seems.
To answer a couple of questions from chat, is catch mode depending on your combo? So score will increase logarithmically up to 200 combo. And then once you get to 200, all of your fruits are worth the same amount. And I think accuracy accounts for the remaining 10%, with spinners being a flat 330 points, or is it 350 per banana? And is it 3x3 per team only for group stage? Is 3 persons per team for the entire tournament?
Correct. Good job, JB Hyperion. You know your stuff. So, if there's any other questions, we will try to go over them as whenever we have any sort of downtime, like now. But seems that playtime has started once again. Indonesia, Denmark getting into Shiroi Yukiyo Princess Wa. No Princess Wa. Third map of the match. No, never mind me. I thought there was an early miss there for Kuneka, but I need to take that back. Hare, on the other end, is going to find their first miss here. So Denmark will take a bit of a disadvantage here at the get-go, but there's still plenty of map left. Kuneka now does miss after Hare. He's going to synchronize that miss together with Captain as well. And that's going to give Indonesia that early lead. Well, they will retain it for now at least.
Yeah, quite a few misses for Captain there. We've got a 2 or 3 in a short period, but building back up now. Indonesia, as you said, are going to be taking that lead by about 50,000 points. Kroneko is going to be the first to hit that 200 combo mark that we talked about just a second ago. Kare is going to be close behind, but Captain is going to miss. Kroneko is going to miss as soon as they hit 200 combo. Slightly unfortunate for them. We have Dika and Netamaru still holding on to double S's on the side of Indonesia. Sharpen has a little bit of an accuracy drop, but is still holding on to that full combo. Kare and Kroneko now both back above 200 combo, as is Captain. Score difference stabilizes, but it's grown to about 90,000 points now, with half of the map still to play.
Indeed. The score difference is not that big so far, so there's still an opportunity for Denmark to come back into this, but they shouldn't miss like Captain just did, so that's gonna decrease the chances just a little bit, as Netamaru and Dika are still holding on to that double S very beautifully. Very strong double time plays indeed, and this is very, very easy for them, I assume. Yeah, very little to report, as Captain builds his combo back up to 200. Not quite enough to take back the lead though, as you can see. Indonesia still leading by quite a significant margin. Denmark's gonna need at least 2 misses from Indonesia, I do believe, if not 3 misses in order to come back here, and they're gonna have to happen very soon because there's only 300 combo left here.
Yeah, there was a miss that we just saw from Captain though, so wrong side. Kroneko having that early miss, but has looked very solid since then. Dika and Netamaru still holding on to FCs. Netamaru with the double S still. Sharpen still holding on FC as well, but it is not going to be enough. Huge score difference now of over 200,000. Doesn't look like there's going to be any further misses, but it is going to be, Netamaru missing, losing that double S right at the very end, unfortunately, but more than enough points in the bank to secure victory there, dragging it back down to about 140,000. But it is going to be another breakpoint, another victory for Team Indonesia.
Indeed, nice performance there by both Dika and Sharpen, both of seeing the map in Netamaru. Very close to the FC2, but not quite there. Still a very high accuracy. Koneka also only missing twice, so very easy win there for Indonesia. The same. Denmark now 3 points behind. They're not next to pick. Indonesia is going to be able to hopefully further extend that streak.
I guess they're probably going to go for the remaining hidden pick, Ongaku Resolve, which will put them to match point. But we'll wait and see if that is indeed their plan. An update on other matches that are currently going on. Poland have won their second pick. It's 3-0 to them now. They've just beaten on Ongaku Resolve versus Singapore, so it's a fairly comfortable lead for them. China have a 2-0 lead over the Netherlands, beating them on their pick on Shiroi Yuki no Princess Wa. That's DT2, so that is currently sitting at 2-0.
How dare they? Yeah, well played by both China and Poland so far. Over here, we're going to see a normal pick by Indonesia. Not quite what we expected them to do, but is this giving Denmark a chance? Maybe, maybe not. I believe that Indonesia just knows really well how to play this map, and that's why they're picking it. Or they just really like the song. But a plethora of reasons you can come up with, but it is what it is. Seems that there's not going to be any... Well, actually, there have been a few players swap for Indonesia, and never mind me, Wind is going to swap in for Netamar, and we have Sololaki joining as well.
Yeah, interesting to see this connected coming out where there's still a hidden pick available. This is the least picked map in the map pool aside from Tian Di Kai P Hidden 1, which has been banned a whopping 18 times. So in terms of pick ban combined potential, I believe we're sitting at about 30 matches so far, maybe slightly more. I know that the whole group stage is 48.
It's a lot of bans, yeah, that's a lot of bans, but not quite as many as back in the day when we still included maps of yours in the map pool. So
I knew you were going to bring that up.
Come again?
I knew you were going to bring that up.
Yeah, exactly. If any stats interest me, it's definitely that one.
I think that was Fjarligur, the AR8 rain, I believe, that got banned 37 times out of 48 matches.
We played it though. We even picked it against Italy back in the day.
Didn't you immediately lose as well?
Yeah, we lost. That was back in the day where Italy was still fairly bad at hidden, and we were never really good at hidden, but we were like, hey, probably we can pull this off, right? So we tried it out, and nope. Absolutely not. But good map though. Nice. I like it though. It's one of those go-tos for me whenever I play low AR hidden. Even though I barely do that, it is a map I always play when I need to warm up for that. So thanks for making that map.
No problem. Everyone appreciated that map in CWC 2017, I believe it was. Nice little history lesson.
Teams that did not ban it.
Yes.
Appreciated it a lot. Here we go. Akira Complex for Maruju Connected World Remix. The 4th map of this match. Bit of a slow start. And very little to report. The spinner battle seems to have been won by Indonesia so far.
Yeah, there's another small spinner coming up at the end of this comp section, I believe. Lewind and Dika are both very excellent spinners. Everyone hitting that 200 combo mark without difficulty. Soliloquy has had a small accuracy drop, but it has been counteracted by the better spin from Indonesia as a team.
Indeed, and we're gonna wait for this buffer real quick. Buffer Latte is actually gonna miss here, so that's very unfortunate right before the drop. Sharpen following that up too. So the spacings here are fairly large. Sololaki missing there for Indonesia. Waffle Latte following it up though, so it's no disaster. Denmark again not looking to be in a very comfortable position here, especially since they have 2 people who are not quite at 200 combo yet. We only have Kare on their end, double S-ing the map. We have Lewind doing really well there for Indonesia together with Dika. Lewind actually having quite the unstable accuracy, if anything, but it's fine as long as you have combo. Accuracy really doesn't matter in catch. So Sololaki is going to miss again though, so that's going to very slightly favor Denmark in terms of combo here. And as you can see, the score is going back to Denmark just slightly, but will it be enough? Probably not.
Yeah, Waffle Latte just about to hit that 200 combo mark. Sharpen was also just made it as well. Lewind going to drop up there though. That is going to reduce the score difference as well, but I don't think there's quite enough time left in the map. It's shrinking and shrinking and shrinking, but I don't think there's quite enough.
No. Oof. That's very close though. That is definitely the closest point we've seen so far in this game. With a score difference of 36,000. Very unfortunate for Denmark to not be able to take this either. And that means that they are 1 point away from being done in this tournament. I think this is their last match already, isn't it? Maybe I'm wrong on that. I'm quickly gonna check that. Don't want to spread misinformation.
No, this is the last match in Group A between these 4 teams.
Seems so, yep. So after this, we know who's going to pull through, and it's looking like it's going to be Indonesia, especially considering how they are playing at the moment. And surprise, surprise, we're going to see a bit of Hard Rock action here from Denmark. So far, they have not touched the Hard Rock map pool at all. They haven't banned a single map, they haven't picked a single map, but they're going to give it a little bit of attention right now. They're going to head past Raindrop Flower by FD Fluorite, which is a very peculiar Hard Rock pick with some spicy patterns. Not quite the conventional map anyway. You'll see. I'm just enjoying the song for now. I mean, Eve As You Like It is cool and all, but I like this. It's kind of like that Top Gear meme, right? And that's brilliant, but I like this.
I thought you were thinking of the, oh no! Anyway.
Anyway. That's a pretty good one too. Yeah. Top Gear. Do we have any Top Gear viewers here? If not, great. That means you can spend more time watching OSU World Cups. Spend more time with us. As we move into the 5th map of this match, Indonesia, Denmark on Raindrop Flower. In the meantime, as for the other matches, we have a 4-0 scoreline for Poland versus Singapore as well, with a score difference of 363,000 on double time too. As for China and the Netherlands, they've played all of the double time maps already, playing As You Like It too. China winning that one too, 3-0 over there. We have an early miss there for Koneko and Waffelato for Denmark too. Actually, Dika also missed, so bit of an unfortunate start. Did the Madoka also miss? Okay, so we have quite a lot of misses here already from all sorts of players. Indonesia is gonna have to concede the lead for the time being anyway. Denmark now taking an early advantage.
Yeah, very strange. Every player on Indonesia missed within the first 30 or 40 combo. But you're right, it is a double S for both Kare and Sharp N. This is not a particularly long map, only 2 minutes long. They're about a third of the way through already, and we're currently sitting at about a 20 to 30,000 point lead. If Denmark can keep this up, they can get a point on the board.
Sharpen is going to miss though, so that means let's get it with Kara. So Indonesia is going to be able to take back the lead, and they're doing it really fast too, as you can see. In Top Gear style, that bar is moving towards Indonesia, and the score difference is becoming 100,000 plus already with a miss from Waffelato too. Kara missing again, Koneko missing, trading that with Waffelato, and it's not looking good anymore for Denmark, sadly. There's more misses for Indonesia too though. Madoka also finding their first miss of the map, but not quite enough for Denmark to pull back up yet. There's still a little bit of map left, but is it going to be enough? Very unlikely. The last 20%. Koneko coming in with a miss. That's important. Madoka still not a 2 in the combo. Dika's miss would be absolutely wonderful for Denmark here, but Sharpen is going to be the one to drop as the next person. And I think that's going to be a GG.
Yeah, very little way that Denmark can get back into this with how little is left in the map. Even if there are a couple of misses from Indonesia, there just isn't enough time for Denmark to capitalize when only 2 of their players have that 200 combo. And this is, as you said, almost certainly going to be a 5th point match secured for Indonesia, and unfortunately, Denmark succumb to their 3rd loss.
And that's going to be the end of the road for Denmark in this CWC 2021, and we'll hopefully see them back next year. GG, well played to them, and also very nicely done by Indonesia. GG, well played, and congratulations on winning this match. The stronger red and white flagged team after all. I think we can swap to one of the other matches. They're almost finished. All of them are going fairly, are all being fairly one-sided as of now. China winning another pick against the Netherlands on Hard Rock 1 by 152,000 points. So that brings them to match point as well. And then as for Poland-Singapore, it's also 4-0. They still haven't finished a map though, and we're waiting on that. So congratulations to Indonesia. You can see the team on screen here. Wonderful names, wonderful people. As we wait to see if we can swap over or not. No updates on that. I hope you guys like this match. Anyway, if you like what you see here and you're new to this sort of stuff, the OSU World Cups, or maybe Catch, you should definitely check us out more often. Hang out over here. It's great. Some matches are amazing. And you can see some wonderful gameplay. So don't forget to follow the channel. Click the bell icon if you want to get an email notification whenever we go live too. And if you're feeling really generous, you can also support us by donating or subscribing to the channel. That will be absolutely wonderful. And we will appreciate you very much for doing that. There's going to be team banners next week, I do think, as well, that you're going to be able to put down on your profile, supporting your favorite team. So do get hyped for that. They're coming very soon, I do believe, as always. I have a feeling that we're not going to be able to swap in time to actually view any of the other matches, as Poland just won over Singapore by... Singapore just didn't play that map, I think. Or they did dodge the beat or something, because Poland just won that pick by 3,191,000 points.
It's quite impressive.
Events. Very impressive indeed. It almost feels like Skull V1 is being reintroduced there. They were dodge the beating, I think, over at Singapore. That's one way to go out. We're still waiting for Netherlands. There we go. China Netherlands is on stream here. So we're going to be able to see this match anyway. So they are on stream. Say hi everybody to the Netherlands and China. 4-0 scoreline so far. China is looking really strong. And we're going to be seeing a hidden pick here. Kagada Nakibara Yuji. They're going to start
China having only lost one game so far in the 2 matches. And this one that they've played. So this will be their potentially final game of the group stages. This is Netherlands' first match, so shouldn't be too downhearted with this. If it does go to a 5-0, they still have matches against both Finland and Peru coming up a little later today to make their chance through to the knockout stages.
Yeah, exactly. Knowing the boys, this was already a match that we sort of expected to lose. So it's not that they're going to be too bummed about this. It's especially nice to be that it is the first match so that they can get warmed up a little bit and get into the tournament atmosphere. Here we have Dusk, Kitakami, Kagamina, Rinchari, Kevrol, and Woopamp playing this hidden pick. Woopamp coming in with a few early misses. Quite a lot of early misses actually, not quite holding on to any sort of combo. And China is then enabled to take an early lead because of that.
Yeah, several more misses coming out of Netherlands there. Just really starting to struggle a little bit from Chatty and Woodpump in particular. Kevrel building combo back up nicely, but yet China have not really considered breaking. A little bit of an accuracy drop from Kagamine Rin, but Kitakami is actually going to be the first to drop there, but it was traded just before by Chatty and Woodpump, so still increasing that score gap further.
Yeah, very solid performance there for China once again so far. Chatty again missing there for the Netherlands, as Dusk and Kagamine Rin are still going strong. Kevrol also holding on to full combo. Does have a bit of a lower accuracy compared to the other players, but that doesn't really matter.
Kitakami back up at 200 combo now. Chatty is going to be close behind, but no, they're going to miss. Woodpump is also going to miss. Kitakami is going to trade. Kevrol is finally going to break combo as well. Only 2 full combos left, and they are both on the side of China.
Yeah, I think that they can just cruise through the rest of the map this way. There's only 1/3 of the map left, and no combos are being built up for the Netherlands here. Quite painful, sadly. And China is already leading by over 300,000 points, nearing 400,000 by now already. It's really weird to commentate a match for the Netherlands, by the way. This is the first time in 6 years, I think, that I'm not playing. So it's weird to be in the booth instead of playing. But it's nice to see the boys. Chatty and Woopam missing once again, though. Sadly, not quite able to muster any sort of combo right at the end either. And China is definitely running away with this score. And this is probably going to be their biggest win in this match so far, with a few wins early on that were already quite significant too, like 300 plus 1,000 on a double time. Here you go, indeed. It seems that the score difference is very close to 500,000. It's 498,949. That's going to be GG, well played to China, winning this game over the Netherlands.
Yeah, well played to China. Unlucky to Netherlands, but when you're up against a team like China, you can't let the defeat get to you too much. I'm sure Netherlands will have a chance in these two following games they have today. One against Peru, which I believe is coming up in about an hour, and then another one against Finland right at the end of today. That is 7 UTC to prove their worth and score some victories, maybe get through to the knockout stages. But I believe that is going to be it for us for now. And we're going to have a little bit of a break, 2 hours, I believe, 1.5 hours.
Looking at the sheet, it does seem to be that way. The next match that's going to be played is going to be Netherlands Peru at 4:30 UTC PM time. Not sure if that one is streamed. And at the same time at 5 PM we have United States, Sweden, and Poland, Russia. And France, Brazil incoming too. As you can see, the streamed match is going to be Poland versus Russia. So that's going to be in about 2 hours and 24 minutes from here. So you have a bit of downtime now. You can do whatever. You can walk your dogs. You can eat some food. You can send JBH nice messages on Discord. You can do all those things and take a bit of a break here together with us. We'll be back then. Again, if you haven't followed the channel yet, you should definitely do that so you won't miss out on any of these amazing matches. And yeah, that's going to be it for these this block of matches, and we'll be back in about 2 hours and 24 minutes, as I already mentioned. JBH, thank you so much for commentating this match too, instead of Dolan. So F to Dolan, and hopefully he'll be back later today. And we as a team will be back for sure in about 2-ish hours. So see you then, guys.
Yeah, thank you very much, Son. Thank you everyone for joining us in chat. Hope you all have a great rest of your day if this is done for you. But if you're going to be back with us in 2 hours, then we will see you then. Have a good one.
Big whoa, I can